Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish. Hello, guys. Welcome to the live instant match reaction. Real Madrid have secured their 14th Champions League at the expense of Liverpool. Won the game 1-0. Vinicius Jr. back post tapping. I don't know if there's much more to say. Gangster Gaming says, snuck out my uncle's wedding to watch just in time to see Trent sleeping again. Not reactionary either, because I say this often. He's defending, even he's addressing or needs to change position. Simple. Jamrock says, I was on that midfield surgery from last year. Yeah, you were. Yop says, hope all is well. Thoughts on this parade tomorrow with just 2 domestics cup? I'm not feeling it personally.
Cancel it.
Yeah, I don't. So here's the thing. I don't want to say cancel it because there are some people who will want the parade. Me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable going to a parade for that. Personally, I actually have nothing against anyone who wants the parade to continue. For me personally, no. I don't agree with cancelling it though. Like, again, we've got to remember there are fans from around the world who have probably travelled for this, so you've got to be mindful of that as well.
Yeah, I understand all of that, but I'm just talking about forget the ethics of it. Like, people travel, people spend. Forget all of that just for a second. Like, just on face value, allow that parade. It's fucking embarrassing now. Like, it's actually you don't get off the plane after a performance like that and then parade, because a parade is a celebration. What are you celebrating? Do you get what I mean? Like, that's what a parade is. If you actually like take the whole thing into context, a parade is a celebration. What are you celebrating? 2 of you maybe can keep your head held high after that performance. What are you celebrating? What are we celebrating? It all was for nothing. It was all for nothing.
I see in the comments, KG, big up yourself. I know we're going to get banter from you. I know we are. John,
I mean, that's 17. The last person that we should be getting banter from, at least, fam. But go ahead and do your thing.
Nah, brother, I'll be honest. I genuinely don't mind banter from any other fans as long as it's not from within our fan base. Like, within our fan base, I don't want to see anyone saying, I told you so, or how can you predict the quad, or like that. I don't want to see. Rival fans or supporters of our team, bruv, they should be bantering us. We'd be doing the same. Come on now. Like,
I'm not saying that, but I just don't take you seriously, though. Like, I don't take you serious.
Yeah, but that's what banter is.
If you're an Arsenal or a Chelsea or a United fan and you banter, it's like, well, I can't take you serious. But yeah, do what you want, innit? It's what it is.
John.72 says, Salah said revenge and done that. Yeah, I mean, it's a team effort as well, though, guys. Let's not forget that. Dodie says, I can't lie, I'm not fond of Cater's shot outside of the boot. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, that shot was whatless, but we won't talk about it.
Sunny Jim says, need to address how he didn't score in 3 finals. Playing against 3 teams with low blocks and not being clinical. Literally. Playing Enthusiast X says, I've been saying favoritism and poor subs will cost. Yeah. Tibbo says... I
don't know about saying it was poor subs.
I actually do think the subs were poor today and the timing were poor, in my personal opinion. Trent needs to be moved to midfield, simple as that. Yeah, we need to dissect the whole Trent thing. Mr. Tibzo says there's a reason Trent doesn't get picked for England as a right back. I mean, Reece James falls asleep a lot as well. Carl Walker has his moments. So again, I don't want us to be too reactionary, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Trent messed up in it. But again, can we just isolate to this game rather than speaking on him like he's a terrible right back, and like he is still the best in his position in world football. He stunk out the place tonight, and he's got a big reason as to why we lost. But I just don't want us to go too far the other way where we start acting like Trent ain't a fantastic right back. Like, he's still the best in the world. Like, he messed up tonight. grilling for tonight, but let's not pile on too much. Joe LFC says heartbreaking, ruined my summer. Ah, boy.
Shocking game. We won't be here for long, by the way. People saying just while we're here. I don't even want to talk about this for longer than 15 minutes. If I'm being honest, we're 5 minutes in already. So if there's anything anyone wants to talk about, hurry up. Hurry up. I'm not talking about this for long. Terrible performance. Terrible. Pretty much everything was poor. Everything was poor. Maybe the word terrible, if you look up in the dictionary, is an exaggeration, but that was poor. It was just poor all round. Everything about it was poor. There's 2 moments in the game. Salah had a good shot that was brilliantly saved. Mane had a good shot that was brilliantly saved. Other than that, nothing. Literally, we go all season, fight all the way to a final to do that. Diaz, poor. Salah overall, poor. Midfield, poor. Defense. Van Dijk wasn't poor, but like nothing happened. Ibu, brilliant. Trent and Robbo, Alisson glitching in the first half. What was that? What did I just watch? Honestly, what did I just watch, man?
I hear what you're saying. All right, look, Diaz. Here's the thing. I don't think
Diaz was poor, man. He was poor, brother. And I love Diaz. He was poor, man.
Let me put it in a nutshell.
I actually don't think Diaz was. Sorry to cut you, Matt. I don't think Diaz was poor. I think he had an average game. Mane again had an average game. Salah maybe just above average, but his performance is going to get scrutinized more because of what was said before the game. But if you actually look at the performance, Salah probably was the best out of the front three, which is saying a lot because he didn't have a great game.
No, I disagree with that totally. But yeah.
Fabinho, I thought had a decent game. Thiago for me was on the edge of the game, didn't really do much. But
started off well, but faded. I think he faded.
Hendo, I don't think had a poor game. Trent, I do think had a poor game. Ibu, I think had an excellent game. Virgil, I thought had a very good game. Robbo, I thought was average, and Alisson, I thought was average. Right.
All right. So this is how I look at it. We started off well, controlled the game, had chances, had half chances. And like I said, and I wish I was wrong, they were sitting back waiting for our knockout, our KO, and they kind of firmed it, or they done a Tyson Fury, so to speak, when Tyson Fury was able to wake up after the Deontay Wilder like bang in the first one.
Sorry to cut you, Matt. Really sorry to cut you. Yeah, guys, I'm seeing a couple comments. I'll be honest, like Joseph Joestar, them sort of comments can't run, man. Also, who else was there?
I don't even know.
I'm just gonna call you out now, so I'm hoping that you see what we're saying and then it just stops there because I don't really want it to be a full back and forth between us and you guys tonight. I think someone told one of us to shut the F up as well. Again, guys, that stuff.
Yeah, he's timed out on one more and then he's done.
Yeah, we'll just block you guys. Yeah. Like, as I said, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. Don't have to agree with what Drift's saying. You don't have to agree with what Matt's saying. You don't have to agree with each other. Please remain respectful in the chat. Because if you don't, then honestly, we'll just let you guys bounce in it. Like you or just leave yourself. Because if you want to go somewhere else, then by all means, there's loads of other YouTube channels that you can go and support and write messages in their chat if you want. So yeah, let's leave it out. Sorry, Matt, to cut you.
No, it's cool, bro. And like I said before, like they took our hardest punch and I was able to recover, and that was because of Courtois. I'm gonna call it what it is, innit? We had a very good chance with Mane, great save. We had other kind of half chances, another good chance or decent chance with Salah. Courtois saved it. Courtois was absolutely amazing. I can't even front. We were shocking in terms of the amount of chances or like great chances that we was able to create. But especially in the first half, and I'd say maybe like a 10-minute spell in the second half, we played okay. But it's just that when you look back at it, you feel like there was more left on the table. Like there could have been more that could have been done. It's just one of them games, in my opinion, where the goalkeeper for them was unreal and saved the best that we had to offer on the night. And we just couldn't respond. It's that simple. We should have taken our chances. Or I say taking the chances. Courtois made 2 unbelievable saves. One against Mane, one against Salah. Those are 2 best opportunities in the whole game. And they were actually created by the 2 individuals who I just mentioned as well. So it's not like they were team efforts. It was solo efforts. Salah's touch and to get off that shot was absolutely spectacular. Amazing save. Mane's shot, manipulated the ball, cut inside. Absolutely amazing save. It hurts because when you deep it, if it wasn't for Courtois' brilliance, we actually might have scored at least 1, if not 2 goals. And it's one of them things where it's like, on another day, Courtois don't save them, and it just happened to be his night. And you know what I mean? We're just unfortunate. But one thing I will say as well, I know it hurts as a fan base because you think to yourselves, quadruple, who was in for 4 trophies and we only got 2. However, let's not act like what we've done this season hasn't still been an amazing achievement, because you've got Virgil van Dijk coming off the back of an ACL. You've got Sadio Mane turning his season around after the back of AFCON. You've got Luis Diaz, who just acclimatized straight away like he's been with the team for how many years, yeah? It's so hard to play every game, and we were bigging ourselves up, and rightly so as a fan base, to play every single game of the season. But do you want to know something? It just goes to show you how hard it is to win a quad, let alone a treble. Because when you play every game, you have to be on it every game. And unfortunately for us, this came at the wrong time where you could tell we were leggy, we were tired. Thiago definitely wasn't fully fit because he kind of like, you know, his energy levels kind of slipped away second half. Fabinho, even I would say, kind of slipped away. We were just unfortunate, but I just want us not to get too downhearted. Like, I know I was a bit reactionary and said, "Oh, we need surgery," like in midfield. We might do, we might not. I don't know. That's something that I need to kind of think about before Monday. However, let's just think about it as this season. The expectations were we weren't really supposed to win nothing because we were burnout FC from last season, and look how we kind of, you know, trickled over the line. We just got to hold our heads up high and know that we'll go again. Like, we will go again. Like, I think people are acting like this is the end and whatever. Things might change, but I just feel like we got to stick together as one and we go again. And maybe, and I say maybe, Klopp might have to make an adjustment in terms of the trophies that he wants to win. Because one thing it has showed, like I'll say again, to win a quadruple is very, very hard. Because it's all good playing all these games, but to actually win those games and to be at optimal level is very hard. And it's testament to the players that they even got here, you know, to the end anyway. I can't even lie. So, yeah, man. It hurts, but let's not get too crazy, people. Like, don't let no one talk to you and say, "Oh, Liverpool bottled it." We didn't bottle nothing. Yeah. We played every game. No team that I can think of in recent memory has played every game and has been competitive in every game. Against flipping Wolves, we were competitive. We won that game. It's just that, unfortunately, in this game, we fell a bit short in it. Don't let no one tell you nothing. That's all I'm going to say. I'm proud of the team. I'm hurt, but I'm proud of the team in it. Same way.
If you're going to strip everything away, one moment in this game cost us. It's one moment.
Yeah.
A very serious moment. I'm fed up. I'm peed off about it. Just one moment. We didn't get outplayed by Real Madrid. They didn't batter us. Am I upset? Yes, very. No excuses. Weren't good enough on the night. But yeah, like, I'm seeing a lot of people say, "Oh, the season was crap."
Yeah, but and again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Though. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to agree with me. All right, KG, do you know what? KG, don't let me phone you on a personal. Man saying proud hype, you know. KG, listen. Brother,
I actually agree with him. I actually agree with KG.
Oh, what? So you think it's a proud hype thing?
Yeah.
You think it's a proud hype thing?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You're allowed to have whatever emotion you want, and that's fine. But from my point of view, I just don't want it to come. I don't want it to become like Liverpool fans versus Liverpool fans, because that's just silly, and there's no need for that. But for me personally, anybody drawing any positivity towards this now, I find strange. Maybe if I reflect on this in a couple of weeks' time,
but no one's saying positivity. It's not positivity.
No, but to say you're proud of losing out on the 2 ones that we want to win,
No,
in the
but I never
moment.
said that
Maybe if
though.
I reflect on it,
It's putting
then
things into perspective, though. Here's the thing, yeah.
putting things into perspective is we fucked up at the wrong time. Like we actually are supposed to get big ears in the closet and win the big one and make the season
Bro,
worth it.
but am I
Like
sitting
the
there
two
saying,
trophies we collected along the way, guys. I'm not upset we collected them. I was over the moon at the time. Of course I was. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. And they're not crap to win. Any
right,
trophy is good to win. But if
right,
you go into a season, the
right.
two trophies you care the least about are the
Mhm.
only ones we got. So at the end of the day, it is not a good overall outcome. It's just not. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm just not.
So,
It's
so let me,
terrible to come out of the season where we could have won 4 and the 2 we win are the ones nobody cares about.
can I just
I
say
can't
something?
lie, bro. I just got to keep it a buck.
Can I
I
say
have
something?
to keep it a buck, bro.
So we were after 4 trophies, yeah. But let me ask you this, Drift. At the start of the season, did you expect us to be in contention for 4 trophies? Yes or no?
No, but now's not the time for
Okay.
that. That's the unemotional,
It's called reflection,
logical,
though. It's called reflection,
couple
right?
of weeks' time when things have died down reflection. That's what you do then. And of course, we've had a better season than everybody else apart from Man City. So it's not like we had a terrible season. Of course not. But if you're looking within yourself, you're
Right.
analyzing the situation within the fan base. Forget that. This is what I'm saying. I'm not afraid to say what the truth is because people will banter us. Like, fuck everyone else. Who cares about the rivals?
So what's the
I'm
truth
just
then?
like, within the Liverpool fan base, this is a terrible outcome. It's a terrible outcome. Only 6-7 days ago, we could have won 4 trophies, and we've
But
ended up
bro,
with
you're
2.
acting like
No,
we
no, hold on,
didn't want to
hold on.
win the
Outcome.
Champions League.
Sorry,
It's a
one second.
terrible
I don't
outcome.
Let him
understand.
no, Drift.
I find that a bit weird. That
No, no,
It's a
no,
terrible
no,
outcome.
no, I find it weird that like. Hold on a
no,
second.
hold
Let
on,
me.
one second,
I
Matt.
want to
One
put.
second.
No. Sorry, Cal. I've got to put something into
No,
perspective here. So we
no,
all
no,
should
Drift.
sit here and sob and talk about how shit we are and talk about how the
No one
season.
said that.
Let me land. We should talk about how the seasons has fallen apart. No one's saying that. Everyone knows the season's fallen apart. Everyone knows that we wanted to win 4 trophies, but it's called reality. Do you know what reality is? Reality is going to hit you hard and going to hit you in the head. Yeah. Reality is
It
we
just
won
did.
2. Exactly. We won 2 instead of 4. So what do you do after you've won 2 out of 4? You reflect and go, do you know what? Yeah, we're pissed in it. Man's pissed that we didn't win the 4. Man's pissed that we didn't even win 3. But do you want to know something? We can't roll back time. I wish I could roll back time, but that's not the truth, innit? We're called reality. Reality is we won 2. But am I going to berate the players for winning 2 trophies? No. I'll give them their props. I'm not overly happy about
Who
it in
berated
terms.
them?
No, but let me land.
What you're saying is based off of what I said, and I didn't
No,
berate
let me
anybody.
land. Let me land. All
No,
I'm
but
going to
just
say,
saying it doesn't make sense what you're
Drift.
saying, bro, because I
How
didn't
does it not
berate
make- I'm putting-
anybody.
but I'm putting it into perspective. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here, yeah, and sob, even though I'm hurt that we lost a Champions League. It hurts. You lose a final. We lost the freaking Premier League. Yeah, so obviously that hurts as well. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and start just going mad and start going, oh, I'm real because X, Y, and Z. We should have done this. We should have done that. Obviously, everyone knows that. Bro, you're acting like people didn't want to win the 4 trophies. Of course, we wanted to win.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But what you're
but it's
saying
called
is like
reality,
you're
right?
saying, I didn't say anything.
It's just called
you're saying.
reality.
That's why it doesn't make sense. I'm not angry. I'm not shouting. Nothing. So what you're saying doesn't make sense to me because I'm just saying that is a terrible end to a season. I'm not berating anybody, blaming anybody,
it's a
going mad.
way to a
It's
season.
a terrible
Of course
end to a season. It's a terrible end to a season. It really is a terrible end to a season. There's no point sugarcoating it.
So this is what I wanted to say, Drew. Like,
okay,
my thing is, it's a terrible outcome, but I don't think it means we've had a terrible season.
I didn't say we've had a terrible season.
No, I'm not saying you said this, but I'm just saying I'm agreeing that it's a terrible outcome, but I don't think it's a terrible season. Hence why I'm downbeat about how it's ended, but I'm proud about how the players conducted themselves throughout the campaign because we never once let ourselves come out of contention for anything. Now, the issue is we didn't have enough to get over the line. That needs to be addressed this summer and going forward. But in terms of reflection on the season, in my opinion, I don't think it's a terrible season. It's the terrible outcome. Disappointing to as much as you can imagine, that's the disappointment we're at. But when you look at the whole season and when you boil it down, we've lost out to Man City on the league by 1 point and Real Madrid 1-0 when they had 2 shots in the final and 1 on target. And in the league, we lost out by 1 point to a team who are considered to be the best Premier League team of all time. So again, I'm not making excuses, but I'm just saying when you add context to it, yes, it's bad. It will always be bad when we don't win what we want to win. But at the same time, I can't sit here and say I'm not proud of what they've accomplished up till now. But what I will say is I'm disappointed that we didn't have enough to get over the line.
See, what my problem is, even though what you said, there's nothing wrong with what you said. That's like a Monday conversation, a next week conversation. Right now, in an actual match reaction to what we just watched, that's a shit end to a season.
No, but
it's terrible.
That final
there,
not,
reflection on everything is for another time. Yeah. Right now, we just went into a game that made or break. That was like make or break in terms of how successful the season was, and that performance was terrible. So what I'm saying is, even though in reflection in a couple of weeks' time, maybe looking back on it or whatever, you go, right, a cup double, that's a good season. Like it is a good season. Like you can never look at a cup double season and go, that's a poor season. But that's for reflection. That's later down the line. We're in a match reaction to one of the worst performances that I've seen in a Champions League final from Liverpool. Of all the times we've been to a final, I think maybe the Tottenham game was the only one that's kind of
I was just about to bring that up.
But
that was
thankfully we got over the line in the Tottenham one. But in this one, we weren't able to. It's another poor final because we've got to keep it a buck. The FA Cup game was okay, but still wasn't good. And the Carabao Cup game was actually a poor performance, but thankfully we won. So you look at it and you go, 2 trophies in the bag, cool. But we haven't played well in the finals that we played in, and we've ended up winning the 2 trophies we give the least care about. We have. So that's what I'm saying. On reflection, right now, forget about long term, just right now, that was the one. That was the trophy that was the difference between whether it was a good season or a bad season in terms of overall. And now, getting the 2 small trophies, with that poor performance there, it's looking like raw.
No, but no one's saying that. But here's the thing. This is one thing I want to say, yeah? Bruv, everybody is pissed off we didn't win. Everyone looks at it and goes, the season's a failure because you've lost the last game of the season and it's a Champions
Not failure.
League final.
Failure is too hard of a word.
No,
it's not
but it
failure.
can't. But it is a failure. If you're trying to win a trophy, a final, is it mission accomplished or mission failure?
Oh, the game was a failure.
Yeah, it's a mission failure. Of course, the game's a failure.
Not a failure. You don't win 2 trophies and the season's a failure.
No, I never said that. I said it's a failure. Tonight was a failure, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So all I'm saying to you lot is, I respect you lot's positivity, and I know you lot personally, so that's how you lot like to approach things.
No, but
I'm okay with that. But what I'm saying is, you see, if anybody wants to have their moment of being annoyed, I actually think they're allowed to today.
I'm not
maybe on another day, but today I think people are allowed to have their moment.
Can I just really quickly? Let me just say.
I'm not saying that though.
Drift. I genuinely do believe everyone should be allowed to be annoyed. I'm annoyed, but just because I express it differently to some others doesn't mean I'm being positive.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm trying to look at the overall picture in the way I see it. I'm not saying my opinion is even right, but I'm just saying this is how I see it. I'm not saying because you say it in a certain way or I say it doesn't make my opinion less than yours or vice versa.
I hear that. I'm just saying that's talk for a different day. Do you know what I mean? That's a Monday talk. That's a next week talk. Like today, just let people vent.
No, but here's the thing,
though.
That's
all I'm saying. Like, just let people vent.
But what I don't understand is, sorry, Cal, just quickly. Sorry, Cal, just quickly. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about misconstruing. If I talk about how I'm pissed off about how we lost the final, yeah, but then say that, I'm proud of the boys winning the 2 cups, yeah, what people pick up on is, I said I'm proud, yeah, and people will say, Matt with this positivity thing, Matt's trying to, I'm not trying to force nothing on nobody. All I'm saying is I'm pissed off, yeah, we lost a final tonight, yeah, however, I've got to look back and think, do you know what, yeah, I'm pissed off here, but true said, man, that just want to be stupid, yeah. We won 2 cups, innit? We won 2 cups. But I'm pissed off. That just goes to show the level that we're at anyway. But here's the thing, though. It's like what Cal said. If I say right now, I'm pissed off, but I'm still proud of what we've done previously, people will misconstrue that and run away with that narrative and act like man's the positive one. bruv, let me say something from now, yeah. Man don't know how I'm pissed off, yeah. It's just that I just speak differently. And just because I might say something, people will think, oh, Matt's not that pissed off. Matt is just, he's cool with it, or he's positive, yeah. Bruv, I told you, man, what happened. Not even what happened, but I showed you, man, yeah. Oh, this is how mad I was during the game. This is the cap of the bottle that I was drinking. I was just crunching it in my hand the whole game. That's how angry I was. Man can't talk to me about, oh, man's positive and rare tear. I'm just as pissed off as everyone else. But do you want to know what, though? One thing I don't want to do, though, is for our fan base to go overboard and to start moving mad. Because this is where we would just be like everyone else. And we're not supposed to be like everyone else, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, isn't it? People can take what they want from a sentence.
Today's the day to just let people vent. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying people can't.
Today's the day to just let people vent. Like,
bro, do you know what it is, bro? I'm not even disagreeing with what you're saying. People can vent as much as they like. I've got no issue with it. What I am saying is, though, vent about tonight. But all I said is don't let people tell you otherwise about our season that we've had. And even though people might not want to hear that, that's still factual because we've won 2 cups. It's just that people don't want to hear that tonight because we've lost. That's all that is, bro.
I mean, I still believe we should cancel the parade, but yeah.
I don't care about that, bruv. Was not the first person, so I don't give a damn about no parade.
No, I'm just saying like that. That's going to be one of the most embarrassing parades in history. I can't lie.
I don't really care about parade right now. You know the ones there. I don't really care about parade.
Right, have a super chat. Shout out to Pimpin' Distress, and also shout out to Pimpin' Distress. You know why? Really appreciate it, brother.
You know why, brother. Big up, love as always, brother. Trust me.
Big up. It's tough, but we stick with our team. Regarding parade, it's more embarrassing to cancel it. You should see through your convictions, win, lose, or draw. Otherwise, it looks shallow. That's a fair point as well.
The only thing I'll say though, Pimp, is there's not going to be one player on that bus smiling tomorrow. And for me, it just makes it pointless. Like it really does.
I see it from both sides. As I said, I wouldn't cancel it only because there are people who have, again, from a fan's point of view, we know personally people going up there because, and they may never have been to Liverpool, may never have been close to the players or anything like that. For them to cancel it when those people have maybe made sacrifices to travel and see that, for a fan, it would be heartbreaking. But I also get the anger and the thought process of, so we're going to go and celebrate a night after losing one of the biggest games in our club history.
Here's the thing though, Cal, yeah? Even though what you're saying is right on an ethical level, and I do agree, especially people's money is very important to them. At the same time...
I am listening. Just give me a sec. I am listening.
Yeah. Is that not the risk you kind of take, though, at the same time? And that's not me trying to be liberty to anybody who is going. I'm just saying, like, is that not the risk you take? Like, if I'm being completely honest with you, I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to, like, jinx it or thingy, but I actually think it was hella cocky to even plan a parade when you don't even know if you've won it. Personally, like I kept thinking, why have we like actually planned? Like, why can't we have the parade in a week's time?
Women's team as well, Drift. It is for the women's team as well.
Well, fair enough, but with all due respect, we know the majority of people are going to be going there for the men's team. So it's brilliant what the women do, and I hope they get their flowers. But the majority of people are going for the men's team. And I always just felt it was very straight. Like, I remember thinking, it's kind of cocky to like have a parade already ready when you don't know if you've won. Like, it just is. Because I know I said before, do you know what? Celebrate 2 trophies because it's been a good achievement. And it has been a good achievement. But hindsight is always 20/20, innit? And looking at it now, after the failure of the last 7 days, it does feel very weak now to celebrate. Like it does. And like I said, at first I thought it was cool, but life comes at you quick, innit? And now I look at it in reflection of what's happened in the last 6 days. And now I think to myself, that parade is quite embarrassing. Even though we've done better than everyone apart from City. City and Real Madrid are the only 2 clubs that have done better than us effectively, innit? Like, Real Madrid beat us in the final, City beat us to the league. But they don't even care about us, those 2 teams, do they? They got their own thing going on. So the rest of the league can't say anything to us because we did way better than all of them. But still within ourselves, even just like that whole, like, let's be real, boys. It's not going to feel good. That parade is not going to feel good. It's going to be fake smiles, and fake happiness on that bus because we're winners. We are. You see, if we were like, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, see if we were like a Birmingham or a Brentford or something like that, and we win a domestic double, oh my days, that is elation. It doesn't matter what comes after that. That's just unbelievable levels, and you celebrate that all the way through. But you see, when you're a world-class team like Liverpool are, it's gonna be fake smiles on that bus. It is. We gotta keep it a buck. It's gonna be fake smiles on that bus. There's no way your Van Dijks, your Manes, your Salahs, your Robos, your Trents, and all them boys who are winners are going to be on that bus with 2 trophies that we won weeks ago, one of them months ago, and like after today, and be like, it's just going to be weird. It's going to be awkward, man. You know when the uncle says a really dodgy speech because he's drunk at a wedding or something? It's going to be awkward like that. It's going to feel like that, like, give the mic. Like, and everyone's just going to be like, all weird. It's going to feel weird. It's just going to be weird. Like, I don't know, man. It's disappointing, man.
I'm going to read out the supers and then probably wrap it up for tonight. Math says most shooting at the keeper 7 times, but we blame Trent. I disagree, Maths. But 2 of the saves were top class, especially the second one.
I'll leave this in here while we're talking. I'll let people make up their own minds.
Tahir says pointless season, 2 cups I don't care about, and no major cups at all. What was the point of it all? We just don't have the final cutting edge to win anything. Most of the team needs to be sold. To hear, I think that's very reactionary. To say most of the team, you're saying over, if we've got a 25-man squad, you're saying over 13 players need to be sold. To hear, we love you here, man, but that's got to be seen as overreactionary. Taji says Robbo went in and missed his tackle, too erotic, and that's what opened up the defense. We played better, didn't take our chances. Enough respect, bros. Big up yourself.
He definitely meant erratic there.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Because there was nothing erotic about that.
Emil says subs came a bit too late, in my opinion. Bobby did well when he came on, gave us something different. Zabiri says VVD stanky leg cost us. He didn't engage the puss. Joe FLA says this ain't the first time Vinny put Trent in a spliff. I think he's better off as a winger or right midfielder. He just doesn't have the minerals defensively speaking.
That's when I feel like don't get too reactionary in terms of like blaming Trent. Because obviously, like when you look at it on face value, he definitely should have watched Vinny. I get that. But at the same time, why was the cross even allowed to be put in? It was a very simple cross. So you also still have to look at everything that happened in order for that really simple cross to even be put across the face. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of people to blame for that goal defensively, to be honest.
Jericho says Liverpool and Man City are the 2 best teams in Europe. Let's put all that notion to rest now, shall we? You're up next, FSG. Get us a bloody striker.
I actually disagree with that. I think Real Madrid have actually heritaged their way to a final. It's quite embarrassing for the rest of Europe. Real Madrid won the Champions League. They were the underdog in every game they played. Fuck knows how they just won the Champions League. Honestly,
but they won it because they performed better when it needed to be. They're the best in Europe right now.
Performed better. They just had moments and somehow it got them through. Honestly, like it is actually mad still. I can't lie. Real Madrid winning this Champions League is going to remain a mystery. It really is.
Shaka A says all of Europe know the blueprint versus us is the low block. Yeah, very true. Kadir says, think we need the eye of the tiger back. When we won the Premier League and Champions League before, we never gave up. The second half today, I didn't see that.
I agree with that. The second half, there wasn't much fight. I didn't see the intensity, but I don't think we gave up, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. John.72 says Jota was terrible when he came on. I don't agree with that. Actually.
Yeah, I don't think he was terrible. I think he was Jota. Some things worked, some things didn't. Kadir says we need a 10 to break teams down that play a low block, also play defensively. This will help us turn draws into wins. That's a fair point as well. Jamrock says can't go too far both ways with Trent. Need better. Agreed. Eastwood says horrible day. Had to bury my grandma and watch us lose to Real Madrid a few years ago, and had to bury my cousin today and watch us lose again. Something has to give. Sorry, Henderson, to hear that, man.
Yeah, no, that's
Really
mad,
sorry, man.
Keep your head up, bro.
Terry Milner Silva says lost 2018 last year and now again to Real Madrid. Embarrassing. Yeah, they seem to have our number at the moment. Taji says we play to win every game, so a 4D has to be the aim. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Taji. Joe FLA says Liverpool were incredibly unfortunate, no cap. I do think there was an element of unluckiness, but at the same time, we still weren't good enough on the night. Joe Leon Ward says Simi and Gomez should have started like I wanted. Also, I think Klopp needs to use the bench more in the league. So Salah, Diaz, Robbo, etc. have more due for finals. Completely agree with that. Gomez couldn't have played. He was injured though. Ash says gutted but not angry. Put things into perspective. Start of the season, we had no right to have this season. Did any of you moaning really expect the Premier League or Champions League? It's a fair point. Although things do change over the course of the season.
Things change though, bro. That's like saying we can't banter Arsenal for having fourth in their hand and then bottling it. Things change. Yeah, and once we got to a certain point, we realized actually we are better than everyone, and then we should have won it.
Mohammed says we need more creativity in midfield, boys. No offense, we can't reach the next level trophy wise with the likes of Henderson, Keita, Jones, and Milner. Also, Mane is not a number 9. No, I think we'll dissect the squad in the summer. We will.
Indeed,
Henderson's been brilliant. We can't just start like doing that thing because we played badly today.
I will say Henderson's been brilliant in the 6, not the 8.
I mean, yeah, I do get that as well, and that's why I said today I would have played him in the 6. Not that Flacco played poorly or anything, but that's why I said today I would have played Hendo in the 6 because he's been playing better in that position than any other.
AJ says, love Matt's positivity, but this season is ultimately a failure. No big game players. We need a killer number 9 in the midfield who can score goals. I disagree about the no big game players.
What I will say is our players do seem to be very bereft of ideas when it comes to breaking down what they come up against all the time, which I do kind of feel like is a bit of a problem. Like, I'll say 80% of the teams we play low block, and we really should have figured out more how to break it down. We seem to just always do the same thing and think it will work.
Quick question for you both. Has the season been a failure? Carl, start with you. Season failure?
No, not a failure.
Drift, season failure?
It's not a failure, no.
Okay, cool.
Liverpool 12th man says to even have the opportunity of 4 trophies should bolster pride. I agree with that.
This pride thing is a tricky one though, man. It really is, because being proud of something doesn't mean you can't also be disappointed and annoyed. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think you got to try and find the balance.
But no one's saying that. No, you're right though. But no one's saying that. You can. Here's the thing: you can still be proud of your accomplishments, but still be annoyed that you didn't complete all your goals. You say like you set out targets, yeah, and like say you set out how many targets, but you got some of them targets. I'm kind of like, I'm happy with myself that I reached some of them targets, but I'm still annoyed at the same time I didn't reach all of them, because obviously your ultimate goal is to reach all your targets, innit? To get the ultimate goal. And I understand that.
But here's the thing where I struggle, bro. Sorry to cut you. When you look at the scenario, though, the game wasn't in our hands because Villa had to beat City or at least get a draw.
Right.
But then you look at the way we pussyfooted around with Wolves. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know hindsight is easy and you never know, but we go 2-0 up against Wolves and City at 2-0 down and they hear we're winning. It's a different level of pressure. But we pussyfooted around with Wolves and we didn't start winning against Wolves until City had already wrapped the league up by coming back. Yeah. And then you go into today's game, bro. That was a terrible performance. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, we have to. That is a fucking terrible performance. Like, I don't care whether we maybe had a lion's share possession or whatever, because Real Madrid weren't good today. Let's mix no bones about it.
Bruv,
Real
they
Madrid
weren't.
must be
They
counting their
just
lucky
took their
stars they won
moment,
that game.
bruv. They
Real
just took
Madrid were
look, they
not
took their
good
moment.
today.
They took
So
their moment.
again,
Look at it. They took
Yeah,
their
so
moment.
again, like it's one of
frustrating
them
on our
ones where
part,
like
100%, bro.
it's definitely one of them
honestly.
ones where you go, raw, Real Madrid. It's almost the heritage thing again. Like they just somehow they've won the game. They haven't been good in any round and they've won the fucking tournament. Like this is what I'm saying. Like they've probably collectively played well for 90 minutes across 7 games in the knockout round. And they've won the tournament. It's embarrassing to the rest of the Europe, if I'm being honest. But put that to one side for a minute. Liverpool, thinking about us, that is a fucking terrible performance in a final. A terrible performance in a final. So whether I'm glad that we've had a brilliant season, whether I'm proud of the boys, which I obviously am, that Wolves game on the final day, when we had Wolves at home, we were a shocking side in terms of their last maybe 6, 7, 8 results. They've been poor for the whole of the end of the season, and we let them come Anfield and get like 4 or 5 chances against us. Took the lead, could have took the lead again when we made it 1-1, made a pig's ear of trying to beat Wolves at home in a game where we're trying to win a league and put pressure on City, and we weren't good in that game. Yeah, we won it, but we weren't good in that game. And then we come into this game and we drop that performance in a Champions League final, everything we've worked for, and we get to a final when we do that. I'm sorry, man. I'm proud of Liverpool when I reflect in a little while. You see, right now, the last 6 days have been terrible. The last 6 days have been terrible. You know it's really hard to be positive in this moment when I look at what we've actually just done in the last 6 days. We could have won 2 and we've ended up with neither.
Quick question.
Really disappointing.
Quick question. Just a quick question. Do you think Courtois saved them today? Yes or no?
I think when I reflect on it and I look back, the only save that I would go for, what a save.
Did he save them? Yes or no? Did Courtois win in the game?
As in, yes, he made the save. But I think when I reflect on it and look back, I think Mo Salah, brilliant touch and brilliant play. But the shot was at Courtois, so it wasn't as hard to save. It wasn't as hard to save as your save. For a goalie of his level, he's going to make a save where the shot is close to him.
Can I say something? Courtois
the Mane one was an outstretched save, which is a type of save you're like, raw. How did he do that?
Man of the match. That save.
Yeah. Man of the match doesn't mean much though. Like, you know, it's because Real Madrid were poor, bro. Let's keep it back. There was no one else to give it to.
Let's save this for Monday. Sam Matt's Legend says parade is fine. Will make the team feel better when they see fans coming out, show their support. Season is good, but could have been amazing. Agree with that. Brandon says we played 3 cup finals and scored 0 goals. Not good. I agree with that too. Rich Dean says disappointing, but I won't be bantered by fans of mid-table teams. A decent season with all the games played, but we have space to improve. Annoyed because Madrid just sat back and waited for their opportunity.
Let me just say something to honor that super chat. Liverpool fans, I beg you, don't care about rivals. And social media in the world we live in today really makes people like afraid of banter, so to speak. And I get it, obviously, no one like that's one thing I'm gonna say. On the real, guys, don't care about the rivals. Honestly, don't care about the rivals. There ain't no one other than Man City fans, and I doubt you lot hardly know any, that can say, and just let them talk. It just makes them feel better about themselves. Seriously, don't worry yourself about rivals. If any Arsenal fan, Man U fan, Chelsea fan, any of them man jump in your DMs today, don't listen. Come on, don't care about all that. Like seriously, like, it's like a homeless man telling you should have decorated your flat better. Like, come on, like don't let a rival say anything to you. That's one thing I'll say. Please don't be bothered by the banter from the rivals. Just let them talk. They still aren't happy with their season, and this is like a way for them to feel better about themselves. Just let them talk. That's one thing I don't want us to care about, what the rivals are saying.
Indeed. All right, let me finish my super. So, I says got to talk about TAA. Has done this so many times. You gotta take the rough with the smooth, big man. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. Like we have to. We big up Trent and say generational. If he has a bad performance, then we say shocking and should move position. Like we got to make our minds up, innit?
It's easy to scapegoat him. That's the only reason why I'm saying.
I kind of find it mad from our fan
Trent,
base that people want to start turning on Trent, but people will say generational when he's the best, but he has a bad game, and then start saying things like he can't do stuff. It's kind of mad still, but
that's what I'm saying. It's very easy to start blaming Trent today.
Saswat says, Drift completely disagree. This was by far our best performance in the final. We just didn't in our last bit. Hate to break it to you guys, but Mane's gone.
Saswan, here's the thing. I'm not even going to say that it wasn't our better performances in the final. What I'm saying is that's the problem. If that's one of our better performances, that wasn't a good performance. So we have to look within and go, why do we play so badly in finals? Because I can't even lie. Do you remember the other day when we actually was talking about it? We are actually poor in finals. I know we win a lot of them. So like at the end, you don't really care. But we are poor in finals. I genuinely don't remember the last time we performed well in the final.
We're not the greatest, I'll tell you that.
You know the best final we've ever played in, Matt? When we lost 2-1 to Milan in 2007. And we were excellent in that game and no idea how we lost that game. No idea how we lost that game. So,
yeah, I'm just trying to think. You might be right still. Miss Sinclair says, man started OT, hence the first chat, super chat ever on YouTube. After the emotions, when we having the real top midfield, to many are like real number 9, our winger need 10 chances to score, 1 leg, Spurs 22 shots, 1 goal. Clearly trying to say there's an issue. Well, we know. Mr. Pimp in Distress, big at yourself, brother. Love as always. Context, guys. Even though it's a 6 out of 10 performance, but an inch here or there, and Mane and Salah both score. Fully agree. And we are flying on the adrenaline. 5 margins, indeed. Courtois man of the match. I'll say it again. Absolutely sensational for me. Zabiri says, call me futuristic or blame Cal. I did find it weird that the parade was planned after such a big game. I'd rather lose to City in the league than this. But it's kind of mad, Zabiri. It's mad still.
Like I said, I do think the parade was a bit. Like I said, I did think, wow, like is it a bit cocky to plan a parade when you don't know
what's happening, but you don't know the season's not done and you've already planned a parade. And I think it's one of those ones. Do you like again? Yeah, I don't know.
My thing's going mad, so you're gonna need to start the supers because like my thing's like playing up and it's making it difficult to.
Already have, bro. Already have. Cam J says we should be proud of the team. They played every single game of the season. We desperately need a midfielder who can drive with the ball or get into the box. Tough loss. Big up to you guys as always. Big at yourself, Cam J. Love as always. Liverpool.
Raw. Is it a Jifty takeover again? Yeah. Fuck you know. Hold on. Liverpool 12th man, big up yourself. Are you back? Yeah.
Yeah, that happened there.
Moving like Liverpool's Champions League final performance.
You're telling me Liverpool 12 man, big at yourself, bro. New member and that. Come on, Liverpool 12 man.
Yeah,
you know
big up, bro. Big up.
Big at yourself. Kali Man says can't stand this millennial blame culture. Before the final mistake from Trent, there was about 5 mistakes. Stop blaming the kid who has played his heart all season and is probably hurting the most.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's very easy. Even though Trent did defend poorly at the back post, 100%. But how did the ball get to the back post? This is what I'm saying.
Remember, our fan base can flip flop a little bit. I can't even lie. We just do that.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. This is the same reason why. Let's keep it a buck. This is the same reason why Naby gets slewed, why Ox gets slewed, why Mane was getting slewed at the time. It's very easy to be annoyed and just pick a guy you can like go at because it makes it easy to like cuss that guy. Trent never defended well for that goal. He should have had his eyes on thing. Of course he should have. But when you actually reflect on it, you think, well, how on earth has there been a cross that's been allowed to be made from all the way over the other side of the pitch for there to even be a reason why Trent is the one at the back post exposed? How did the ball even get played? That's what you got to look at, man.
For real. Ali says, humbling victory, humbling defeat. Thank you, boy, for the amazing content. Big up. Thank you, Ali. Enough love, brother. Trust me, brother. We're always here, win, lose, or draw. You know that already. M-Shat says, we need Kane and a midfielder like KDB or Coutinho. We do still. 1975 jump said, Carl, we do need to talk about TAA ball watching though. So yeah, Jammer's been trying to talk about that a lot.
Yeah,
Still,
Jamrock ain't happy with Trent. I can tell.
Peterson says, sorry, I mean I'm done with KR. Fair enough, bro. If you're done with him, I'm sure a lot of people are. Usman says Courtois performance kept them in the game. Fully agree with that, Usman. Trust me. Rams, big up yourself as always, brother. You've always been a supporter.
Rack.
Sorry, I'm
Big
saying
up,
Rams.
Rack.
Sorry, Rack. Sorry, apologies.
Yeah,
apologies.
bless up, Rack, man. Bless up,
Rack and Rams as well. But Rack, obviously, you know what time it is, brother. Fully appreciate the super chat as always, brother. Massive supporter of our channel. M says the disparity in terms of creativity between our midfield and cities is almost laughable. Yeah, we'll talk about that on Monday still.
It's facts.
We'll talk about that on Monday. That only took a start.
And people said they didn't want. No, I'm just saying. People said they didn't want Coutinho back, but let's keep it a buck. That's literally the type of player we actually need.
No, we might. No, we probably do.
Hella pressure on him to be
I
that
just don't
guy
want to start
season.
digging. Here's the thing: it's easy to start digging at the team when you lose because I don't know. I mean, people might even still feel this way when you win, but it's just easier to do when you lose. And I'm not trying to say what the person's saying is even wrong. It's just that now's not the time, innit?
The thing is, though, Matt, what's mad is you say that, but you see when you dig out the truth after a win, people will come for you because they'll say, "Are you just trying to find any reason to be negative?" So if you can't do it when you win and you can't do it when you lose, then when do you do it? So that's why I kind of understand why people just pick when you lose to be more like, all right, look, we've lost. Let's have a conversation now. Because you know, if you say something when you win, people do have a go at you. They're like, why are you looking for negativity when we won the game? We won the game, man. Rare. Which I understand that narrative as well. Because if you've won, you shouldn't really look for a negative. But I think people do it when you've lost because it's the only time when they feel it's acceptable. So I kind of get it. Like you do have like the creativity in the midfield is whatless. It just is. Carvalho's got hella pressure on his shoulders.
No, what I'm saying is, even though I actually agree, the creativity is poor. I just don't want to speak about it right now. That's all that is. I just don't want to speak about it right now. We know it's poor, innit? Like man, know that we need more from midfield. But do you know what I mean? That's all that is. I'm not even discrediting what the person said. Beretta 93 says Hendo is good but not good enough, along with others. Julian Santos says 0 goals in 3 finals. Man, we need a killer for F's sake. 975 Jabba says season not a failure, but I do think we underachieved. That's a better way of putting it, Jabba. 100%. It's not a failure. Code Command says this season is a failure. People just coming at it fast. This season is a failure. To be honest, we didn't beat any of the top 4 sides. 0-0 in 2 finals and full time, and lost the Champions League. Our final performance is the questioning. Matthew Avora says, sadly, I'm no longer team. Hashtag Nabby Tings. Join me, Matt. Nah, you can do that, bro. That's up to you, though. Everyone can have their own opinion. John 72 says, Firmino doing his laces when we are in. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did say to Cal, we'll leave that to after the game. I can't front. That might have just summed up his last Liverpool performance.
I refuse to talk about that. Otherwise, I'm going to say mean things about somebody that I love.
I can't even front. To do that is like...
Do you know what? Let's keep it a buck. It was actually the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's actually the stupidest thing in my life. I've seen people
kick the ball in the shoe. Your boot will fly off. But man, but anyway, move.
But I've seen the boot come off and man still plays on until the ball goes out of play. But man wants to stop and do his laces. What kind of prima donna shit is that, bro?
I don't know, man. The
fuck are you worried about?
I
wouldn't even tell my son to do up his laces if it was an attack. And he might trip over and hurt himself, but I'd be like, yo, that's how you learn. Get your bruises and you move on. What's he worried about? What's he doing his laces up for?
Well, that's what I'm gonna say.
Do you know what? That was absolutely fucking shocking. You in the middle of an attack, you bend down and do up your laces.
So like I said, it's boy, innit? M-Shack says we need a new tactic and formation against a low block. I'm sure Klopp's working on it in the lab, brother. Trust me. Fabio Carvalho, I'm sure, is maybe one of the solutions, but probably we need more than just him, though. Selection says cancel the parade. Not sure what you guys think, but the goal was on Trent. So like today's call at times, watched it back. He let the ball roll across.
Cancel the parade. I agree with that. The other parts, I don't know.
Yeah, the parade. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't going. If people want to go to the parade, I'm not gonna tell them not to. I'm just saying I'm not going. Ash says Istanbul 2023. We go again. You never walk alone. Big up yourself, Ash. Aaron Loftus says you won the same amount of trophies as us this year. I don't know.
Yeah, but we won trophies that are perceivably better to win.
I don't even know
But
the
yeah,
Aaron supports, bro. But I didn't even got time to
Chelsea.
even.
He's a Chelsea
Oh,
fan.
okay. Fair play, Aaron. Fair play. What trophies did Chelsea win this season, bro?
Super Cup and the World Club Cup.
Okay, we move. Hacks 86 says
Which the World Club Cup's a good tournament to win, by the way. But
No,
the
no,
Super
no,
Cup's
it
not
is.
comparable to an actual trophy where you've got to win multiple games to win it.
But
So.
we know this. That them kind of trophies they kind of count when you've won. The other trophies that they count afterwards. But I ain't gonna get into that. Hacks says evening, gents. We're not clinical. We should have scored in the first half. Hashtag never walk alone. I fully agree, bro. We should have capitalized when we was on top. Pause. Fire Fist Z says, can't lie, this hurts. Gonna try to sleep it off for F's sake. Bro, I think the whole fan base is gonna try to sleep it off. Trust me. Khalid Abraham says, commiseration, guys. A little stat: 3 finals, 0 goals.
Yeah, it's terrible.
No, it is poor. We know we gotta work on that, bro. You know what I mean? But I suppose you have to be in there. You have to be in the finals to not even score, right? Ain't that right, bro? Ash says Mane just said I'm back next season with Liverpool. I haven't seen it, Ash, but if he has said that, big up to Sadio Mane. I'll check that out later. Godson Redmond says I can't be mad anymore. Next season, let's move. I hear you, brother. Man, just want to just let go and just, you know what I mean, start afresh for next season. Playing enthusiast exits, Taki and Simi could have had a look in today. Fully agree, you know. I can't lie to you. Especially Simicast. Robbo been looking leggy. Mad leggy, but, you know, I don't know why, man. Klopp just thought, nah, not today, for whatever reason. Edward, big at itself. Edward Colorado says, big at Kopish. We dominated the entire game, but we weren't clinical on our chances. Madrid had a couple and crashed out on one of them. Made the most into, in my opinion, the finishing needs to be addressed. I would say I'm not gonna make excuses, but certain man just look kind of burned out still, kind of in front. Like Diaz playing how many games, and Mane, Salah both went to AFCON. It's not an excuse, but I think it's called reality. As much as they are phenomenal players and phenomenal athletes, you can't escape when man is just tired. You can do all you can, but if man are tired, man are tired. Kind of in front.
People became too reliant on Diaz when the man's new to the squad. I think that's what the issue is. If you come in January, you shouldn't be the one who people start being like, "Raw, we didn't win because you didn't play well." Like, man just got here.
Oh, in that regard, 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? Man just got here, bro. He's played 72 games this season.
Yeah. Man just arrived.
Like, he just got here, bro. Like, come on.
Just arrived, bro. Kadir says, my issue with Trent is he doesn't learn from his mistakes. You say that, but didn't Trent have a good... Hold on. Once certain man...
Trent... You know what? Sorry, man. You see what, even though Trent actually, as I said, was a part of the problem for the goal, 100%, he was a part of the problem for the goal. Let's keep it a buck. This is where I don't like when people just start like going down that rabbit hole. Do you know how many great interceptions and tackles Trent actually made in the game? Nobody's going to want to watch the game back because it's a terrible game. But I can tell you now off the top of my head, I remember 3 or 4 times when Trent made brilliant interceptions or tackles in that game. So you can't just pick out the one time when a goal happens because of it and start slating the man.
You know, this is the fan base.
I saw Benzema stand Trent up and Trent won the ball. And Benzema's the world's best striker, right? Like, let's not get too far in the like blaming Trent.
Drift, if I'm not mistaken,
not the reason why we lost the game today.
Brother, 100%. To put all blame on Trent is kind of mad. I don't need that, Drift. I think people are forgetting. If I'm not mistaken, Drift, didn't Trent get man of the match in the FA Cup final as well when everyone was lauding him about how great he was?
Yep, he did.
But all of a sudden now,
it's very easy to just
in
start
one game. Apparently,
Trent.
he's trash.
It's very easy to start drilling. You know what I mean? And you know what? It's a very lazy stereotype. Trent can't defend. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. I know that game ain't worth watching, but go back and watch Trent's defending that game. He made some brilliant interceptions during that game. And let's keep it a buck. Vinicius scored, but he did fuck all in the game other than the goal. And the goal wasn't him being brilliant. He just made a back post run and was lucky enough to be on the end of the cross. Like, he never stood up Trent and beat him or did anything
This is
today.
what I'm saying,
Like,
bro.
allow the Trent slander. Come on, man. Come
Bruv,
on. That's
you know,
bullshit. That is
you
such
know,
a. In fact, I don't even believe there's Liverpool fans doing it. It's just the idiot rivals. It's got to be. There can't be any Liverpool fans that watch that game
this is what
today
I'm
and say
saying, bro.
Trent
Because
can't
1 minute,
defend.
man, want to say generational,
Yeah,
but next
it
minute
can't
start
be.
digging man out, bro.
It's a lazy. It's a lazy.
It's a lazy narrative that's been
It's
played
a
on Trent
lazy
about he
narrative
can't
by
defend.
rivals because they're jealous
it
their
is.
right back can't do anything that he can do. It's
Of course
bullshit.
it is.
Just
Our
leave
right
them
back has
alone, man.
played like anyway. Godson Redman says TAA too cool but play quite well. I know you're saying it. I hear. Zabiri says, Matt, what is worse, Naby shot or cod rice and peas? Naby shot.
Do you know what? Cold white rice ain't the worst, but cold rice and peas is a no-go, bro.
Yeah, no, it is a no-go, but Naby's shot was.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just going off
Naby's
today.
shot was embarrassing.
I'm going off today. I ain't got time to think about what happens tomorrow or whatever. I'm talking about today. Naby's shot. PR, big up yourself, superior, you know. PR says Ibu is the man for the future. Need a CM. Big up doing a show after that loss. This hurts. How close we were. We will be back next season. 6 out of 10. We'll address that, bro. The rating for the season. 100% we need a CM. We might even need 2, like what Jefferson was saying as well. And 100% as well. Ibu is not even the future. He is now. People need to understand. Let's stop. Excuse me. Let's stop talking about future. Ibu is right now in front of our eyes. I thought Ibu had an outstanding. He's one of the very few people that had an outstanding game, in my opinion, anyway.
Bro, he gets man of the match because his saves won the game for Real Madrid. Ibu was the best player on the park today.
Enough said, brother. I can't even lie to you. Co-Command says Liverpool in cup finals across 2021-2022 before penalty shootouts, 333 minutes, 0 goals, 61 shots, 17 on target, 5.7 expected goals. So what you're trying to say is the goalkeeper made quite a few saves, a la Courtois. All jokes aside, we know our
finishing was poor.
Yeah, we know. Listen, we know we need to work on that, and I'm sure that's something that we will get better on, and it comes with experience as well. And again, this season for me was a little bit different because it's not like we got knocked out of a title race and then we remember Real Madrid had about 3 weeks where they didn't have to play their first team players. We played till the very end because we was still within a chance of the Premier League. People need to put some perspective on things. I can't even lie to you. It's actually kind of frustrating. I'm not even.
But like I said, Matt, let people vent though, because I can't lie. Today's
no,
the day.
No, that's true. Let me mislead them.
Today's the day to vent. I'm gonna thump up something when the stream's over, bro.
Chris LFC 92 said need a clinical striker in the summer big time. Big at yourself, Chris. We might do still. Liverpool 12th man says rival hate. I get it, but hurts more coming from within. Bro, I fully hear you. When it comes from within, I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like, what are you on? Big at yourself, Liverpool 12th man. Keep doing your thing as well, bro. I see what you're doing as well. And congratulations as well, bro, on the opening of the nightclub as well, brother. Crypto Nation says, what do I do to get over this? What would you guys do?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Life is shitty, and now Liverpool have done this to me. I might as well still. I might take a couple of weeks off, bro.
Jenny don't know, brother. I think each John, it is each person does their own thing in it. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. You just got to find what works for you, bro.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat.
I don't even know if I'm gonna eat, brother. I'm actually like fuming, but I'm just trying.
I'm gonna eat, brother. I've got hella sweet snacks downstairs, but I'm gonna eat, bro.
Selection says half ball Hender. We need new faces ASAP. Interesting from Klopp. He's been reverting Firmino back as an attacking mid. Tells me he wants an AM. M-Shack says when summer window open, I want top signings now. Summer window opens. I don't even know actually, bro. It might be like 1st of June or something. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that, brother. Maybe obviously we'll shut it up on Monday as well about summer window. So we'll make sure we look into that. Arshad says looking at VVD getting opposition player all the time and space to run in and pick a cross, but people be blaming Trent, want to engage and close down the player. Also, we need a striker and a few midfielders. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. As much as Virgil has been amazing, and we talk about how Virgil has overcome what he's had to overcome, there are instances like, it's like you've pressured the defender a bit more, but people are very quick to have a go at Trent. That's all I'm gonna say. Beretta 93 said, "Guy that's over this season has wiped me exhausted, bruv. I think it's killed all
We're
of us,
all
to be honest.
exhausted, bro. We really are.
Big at itself, Andre Roberts. He says we played against a team. He parked the bus and Ronaldo on the front three, embarrassing. And 100 Trent defended well, apart from switching off once. Leave him, bruv. I can't yet, bruv. With the Trent thing, fully agree with you. I can't even front, brother. The way Trent gets, yeah, it's mad. Selection says we need a striker, 20 plus shots, 9 on target. Horrendous. I can't remember Madrid having a shot on target, but they won. Trent is an okay defender. That's it. Let me see if I missed any other super chats.
Hey, you know what's mad as well, yeah, on that whole like thing, like you know, like the just the overall like reflection on today's game, like especially based on that last super, that was sent in. I look at that today and I just think, Real Madrid can't defend. I don't really care if they put 7 men behind the ball, man. They can't defend. Do you know how pathetic it is? We didn't score past them. This is what I'm saying. This is on us. Everybody can like do all the other hoo-ha and rah. This is on us, bro. They played PSG, yeah? And PSG should have done way better than they did. I actually remember thinking PSG didn't do well enough, but PSG put 2 goals past them in 2 games and had the game like wrapped up, and we all know what happened. Chelsea put 4 past them. City put 6 past them. I'm talking about like over the 2 games, but I just mean in general. And you look at it and you go, and we couldn't score 1. And we couldn't get 1. It is slack. I can't front. Like if Chelsea's got one of the worst attacks in the league, if you talk to Chelsea fans. And Chelsea put 4 goals past Real Madrid, and we couldn't score 1.
Do you know the only thing I will say that, Drift, and it's not an excuse. You know when it's a final, like the chips are just different, bro. Like, I'm talking
but
like,
bro,
I know what you're saying though. No,
bro,
I'm
we didn't even score 1.
like,
I'm sorry. They can park as many buses as they want.
When it's a final,
they are poor defensively, and we let them keep a clean sheet. We actually let Real Madrid keep a clean sheet.
Bruv, I'm going to be honest. Let me read out the super so everyone can just put their head in their pillow and just like, in fact, you know, even that, go and get some, go and have a drink, go get some food, go chat to the missus, go chat with your brethren, go play computer, go watch a film, go watch a series, hashtag Stranger Things, go and do something, because I'm not going to lie. Every man needs to take a hiatus for just a little bit, and then we reconvene. Shaq says we lost because Courtois was the best Madrid player. I'm not gonna lie, Courtois.
We didn't test him enough, though, man.
But he was tested, and he was tested pretty well, I'd say. But maybe we could have peppered him more. You're right. Isra Henderson says Jurgen said book the hotel Istanbul. All right, cool.
I don't want all of that stuff. Man.
Yeah, it's a bit too early for that. 975. If he did say, and that's not even having a go at you, brother. But if Jurgen said that, I think that's more of an emotional
yeah. I'm not talking to you, but if Jurgen said that, I just want everyone in the Liverpool team to stop talking, man.
Just let the football.
If you're gonna talk, you have to back it. Like, I'm sick of this, man.
975 Jam says, as a defender and a goalkeeping coach, always tell you that you have to be pessimist. What if the ball makes it through? I'm ready to make it. Sorry, I'm ready to make it. What?
That's very he's very true. As a defender, you have to be a pessimist.
What if the ball makes it? Yeah.
I hear you. Jamot's right. As a defender, you always have to be a pessimist. Always.
I hear you.
Because you've always got to think of the worst case scenario to make sure.
Yeah,
that
that's what I was gonna say.
I
hear you, bro.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Little man says, Drift. Honest opinion. I think Mane is a 9 with low blocks. I don't know if he means. Does he think what?
Do I think that Mane is a good 9 with low blocks? I don't think it's got anything to do with Mane, because Jota is a good number 9 and he doesn't seem to do too well either. I think it's the way we play as a team. I must admit, one thing I will say, that Everton game, I really thought Klopp had like found that way of playing against the low block, because we were really brilliant in that game and we won the game. And then we played a couple of teams that have done the low block since, and he hasn't continued the way he played in that Everton game.
No Origi.
And that's Cal. Remember, that's why I said to you, Darwin Núñez. I know it sounds silly to pay 40, 50 million for a player
No,
who
he
may
ain't
not actually start
he
every
ain't the
game.
guy,
But
bro.
remember, I said when Origi goes, we have to have a like-for-like replacement, a
No, I
tall,
agree.
big, finishing type player to be in the box and be a
Darwin ain't the
presence.
guy though. I know what you're saying. No, what you're
Darwin is
saying,
100% the guy, bro. I'm
Rob.
telling
No,
you,
no,
bro.
no, no, no. This is where I'll say to you, 50-50. You're right in terms of we need the target man or that type of player to replace Origi. I'm telling you, Darwin is not that guy.
He's 100% that guy, but we'll talk
Bruv,
about that. another
this
day.
man can't. All right, cool. Sultan says, in my opinion, we were unlucky as as if Courtois saved them. They did not deserve S. You know, what time is it? It's midnight. In my opinion, apologies for the swearing. Apologies, we were unlucky as fuck. Courtois saved them, and they did not they did not deserve shit. But yeah, it is what it is. So I hope FSG saw that and will go strong in the summer. Apologies for the swearing. For anyone
Nah,
that
man, let it out, Matt. Do your
no,
thing,
no,
bro.
because it
It
don't
is
need
what
to
it
be
is,
all
bro.
the time. But I didn't want
So
to
just
disrespect
one
the
thing
super
to
chat.
that super chat. I really agree. It's not just for FSG to see it. It has to be for Klopp to see as well, guys. We have to understand they're all
Yeah.
like if Klopp don't see it, he ain't gonna push the agenda to FSG, so nothing's gonna happen.
For
Klopp
real.
needs he needs to start with Klopp.
No, you're right, Cal. There's no way Klopp can watch the way we performed in the 3 finals we got to this season
And be cool with it.
and be okay with no striker.
But one thing I
and
will say though,
no legs in midfield. Can't be.
funny you say that though. One thing maybe he kind of already knew. Obviously, he already knew, but the fact that we've got Fabio Carvalho in says to me he knows things need refining. Like
Fabio
we need,
Carvalho's gonna play on the wing, guys. No one's hearing
bruv,
me.
let's wait and see though, bro. It's too early for that. Let's
No,
wait
but
and see.
here's the thing, Matt. Even though
Pre-season will tell us.
even though I've got hella faith in Carvalho in the future, bro, at 18, 19 years old, it's still hellish like pressure to bring in a guy who's only played championship level and tell him to come to a world-class team like Liverpool and all of a sudden be the creative spark we've been looking for. That is a bit mad, isn't it, if you really think about it? Like this is where I say to people, and I'm not just saying this, I've said this before. You see people like Eriksen, they're the type of people you bring in now, you know? Like you bring in a seasoned, vet, experienced, creative player to come in and be that type of player in midfield that's different. You can't just go and ask Carvalho now to start balling out in Champions League and the man's only played championship level football. I have no doubt he's going to be a baller in the future. But I think Elliot is a prime example of why you don't put pressure on the kids, because Elliot is a baller. And Elliot has shown it away at the San Siro, for an example. He's too young right now. He's too young right now. You go and get a baller in midfield like an Eriksen, people might turn their nose up at you. See Eriksen today, he comes on with 30 minutes to go in today's game and he totally changes the way Liverpool play. Totally changes the way play. He's free, by the way. He's free. See someone like that, that shouldn't even really be an issue. He's free. And his wages won't even be that high either.
The issue is the team he wants to go to and the club that wants him are made in heaven for him. And
but you know, bro, you go in and you ruffle some feathers. You say, bro, you know what? I know you've got a little affiliation with them, man, but
it's not a little affiliation. He was there for years and he played under Conte as well, bro. Like,
yeah, but he got fed up with Conte's system now, remember?
No, he didn't, bro. He had to stop playing because of what happened to him.
No, he actually was on the bench a lot in Inter Milan because he didn't really like playing in Conte's system. I mean, if he goes Tottenham, I don't have a problem with it. But you get involved, Cal. You do, man. You get in there and you're like, yo, this is a free transfer, bro.
Well, I've been saying it for the longest time. We need an alternative to Salah. We need an alternative to Trent, and we need at least one new centre midfielder, maybe two. I've been saying this for the longest time. I've been saying it's like, but even when I said in the preview, if Joe Gomez was fit, I wouldn't be against starting Joe Gomez and bringing Trent on. I said I would have started Tsimikas. Again, this is not me trying to shade the squad. Again, I'll repeat, Robbo, in my opinion, is the best left back in world football. But when you see how he's been playing, when you see how tired he looks, he's a human being. And a drop-off from Robbo to Tsimikas is not drastic. We have to learn to trust our squad over the whole season, not just against Norwich and Watford. And no, you trust them over the whole season, because if you think they're good enough to be in the squad, They should be able to play in any game, and you should not feel fearful. Otherwise, they're not good enough for Liverpool Football Club.
That's actually
kind
a
of
fact.
like it's as real
If
as
them
that, like,
playing bothers you, they shouldn't be at the club.
they're
That's
not good enough
actually
for
a
the
fact.
club. Because again, like, let's be honest. I can say it now because it's the season's done. If we found out on Thursday Robbo picked up a knock in training and we thought, Raz, you know, Simicast's gonna have to play the game, would we be sitting here worried? Because I personally wouldn't be.
No, I wouldn't be either.
All right,
I'd be disappointed for Robbo, but I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, if we found out Ibu or Virgil got a knock and Matip had to step in, would we be worried?
If Virgil didn't play, probably because it's Virg, but I get what you mean, though.
You'd be a little bit more fearful, but you wouldn't be worried if Matip come in for Virgil. You wouldn't be worried.
No, I get what you mean.
It's not like if bloody Lascelles came in for Virgil, for example. You're thinking, bloody hell, Lascelles for Virgil.
Yeah.
What?
I said Lascelles.
What happens when Trent's not available? Was it going to be Conor Bradley? Again, no disrespect to Calvin Ramsey. Again, I can't even sit here and say that I know much about him, but I don't. But is he going to be able to shoulder that? Because if we get to a semi-final of the Champions League, for example, next season, and Trent's looking leggy, are we going to have to force Trent to play? He's 23 years old. Are we burning a 23-year-old out already? In midfield, Flacco and Hendo, they sort out the number 6. I'm good with that. Bruv, look how fearful we were that Thiago was potentially going to miss the game. Look how fearful we're sitting there thinking, should Ox be playing? But Ox ain't played for months.
And you remember, this is the reason, Cal, why I said, let's pump the brakes on the bigging up FSG thing and see what they do in the summer. Because especially after we haven't won today, they have got to make sure that they do whatever is possible to get Klopp who he needs for next season.
We keep on saying that, bruv. It's on Klopp as well, bruv. Because if Klopp don't see that we still need to go out and get a centre midfielder, if Klopp doesn't see that we need a natural competition for Salah, then, bro, there's nothing to do with FSG, bro.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm sure he wants that. It's about making sure. And here's the thing.
No,
I'm not telling someone to.
We don't know if he wants it to.
No, but we don't know either way. That's what I'm saying. So if I'm JW Henry, and I said this after the game the other day, if I'm JW Henry and I'm there today and I'm seeing the disappointment that I'm feeling after today, off of the back of the disappointment off of the league, I'm sorry. You lot can disagree with me, maybe, I don't know. But if I'm an owner, I'm doing whatever the fuck is necessary to make sure next season that's not the case. And I'm not saying give Klopp players he doesn't want, but I'm going into the changing room or I'm calling Klopp into my office the next day and I'm saying, brother, what do you need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again? And this is why I'm saying that FSG are someone I'm looking at very hard this summer, because you see the disappointment of losing out on the league and losing out on the Champions League. For me personally, if FSG have got anything about them, they pull Klopp into their office on Monday and they go, big man, what do you need to make sure we don't feel like that again? Because I'm sick of Man City in the league and we want to go and win another Champions League. That's the second time we've lost the final. We've been to 3 finals with Klopp and we've lost 2. That's not on.
I agree.
That's not on.
I agree. But what it is, yeah, Klopp is the expert in his field. FSG aren't experts in that field. So if FSG call him into the office and Klopp turns around and says, no, I think we have enough in midfield. I just need them to stay fit. What can FSG do in turn around?
No, but that's an assumption, though, Cal, because I doubt he says that.
But Drift, it's an assumption to say that Klopp wants that as well. It's an assumption both ways. Hence why I keep on saying it's not just on FSG. It's on both of the parties. It's on Klopp and FSG. We can't.
I doubt Klopp would ever say that, Cal. No, I doubt
Drift,
it.
We'd like to hope he wouldn't.
Nah, he wouldn't. Nah, Cal. He would. Klopp would not say.
Drift, we can't.
Man. There's no way he can look at that.
Think about it logically. And I'm going to use examples from Klopp now. Think about it logically. When we needed a centre-back last year, January, Klopp was very vocal about it, wasn't he? Without calling out the owners, he was very vocal about it. In the summer, when he was asked about midfield, he was very vocal and said, we've got Ox with dynamism, we've got Keita who's world-class, we've got Thiago, we've got Flacco, Hendo. So, I mean, if we're going to take one example, why can't we use a second?
Because he's doing a Wenger, Cal. He's protecting the owners, man. He's doing a Wenger, bro. He's protecting the owners.
So,
He
bruv, if
doesn't
he's
want to make
protecting
it
the
look.
owners,
He doesn't want to make us look like one of them clubs where there's disarray, which I respect.
all right, but Drift, how is it the owner's fault when we all can see Robbo's leggy, but Simicast won't play? How is it the owner's fault when we see certain
No, that's
games?
not the
where
owner's fault.
No, that's what I'm saying. So how is it we see certain games where we're winning the game 3-0, but you're bringing on Salah, or you're not taking Salah off, or you're bringing on Mane, or not taking Mane off, you're keeping Diaz on, or you're doing all these things. And again, I want to stress here, Klopp for me is still the best manager in world football. But the narrative that FSG has to do something this summer, it's both of them. It's both Klopp and it's FSG. They have to come together, work in tandem to make the best situation for Liverpool. It can't just be on one and it can't just be on the other. It's on
But
both.
bro, those individual games when those individual games when
Guys,
Klopp's
let's
done
do
that,
this
yeah.
for Monday, man. This is a Monday conversation.
No, we will. But those individual games
the
when
Monday
Klopp's done that,
conversation, man.
I agree in those scenarios. But what I'm saying to you is, as an owner, I'm not blaming FSG for what's happened this season. I'm saying if I'm JW Henry and I've just witnessed two of the most heartbreaking moments within 6 days of each other, as the owner of the football club, knowing that I'm the one who can actually make a difference to this scenario because I'm the provider. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like as a father, you know the best way for your child to be successful is for you to make sure their environment is the best. Your kid doesn't have to keep coming to you and going, I need more books, I need more pens, I need to be dropped to school, I need to get to school earlier. He doesn't have to keep coming to say that to you. As a dad, you will make sure his environment is the best it can be for him to be successful.
Because I'm an expert on my son. I'm an expert on my son. They're not experts on football.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They need to call in Klopp and be like, bro, none of this pussyfooting around and being like, oh, can we get a bargain and rare. I don't like how I feel. I don't like what just happened. And that was a terrible look for the club overall that we bottled that at the end. You know something? I'm going to give you whatever it is you need to make sure that shit does not happen again. And I am very confident I can make an assumption of saying, Klopp wouldn't turn around and go, nah, you're all right, guys. Let's keep on doing the penny pinching, trying to get the best deals. Let's look great on the net spend bullshit. I'm sure Klopp would go, do you know what? Can you make sure we get Tchouaméni in then? If it's going to cost 70 mil, I need that boy in my midfield. Can you make sure that we get him then? Like, those are the type of things that we have got to start doing. Otherwise, we're going to keep getting this.
But Drift, we can't assume that. We can't assume that.
Yeah, but you're assuming the other way. So I'm saying either way.
Drift, I'm not assuming. I'm just saying both ways are possible. My judgment has been you can't blame one without blaming the other. He signed a new contract, bro.
But he's working within the restrictions because he's happy at the club. Bro. I still know that.
All right, sorry, Drift, really quickly,
whichever way we look at it, the ownership is still responsible for whether Klopp can get every player he wants.
Can I ask you one quick question? Would Haaland solve a lot of our problems in the attacking sense at Liverpool Football Club in terms of being a finisher? Because if you're saying Darwin would, like Haaland,
Haaland would definitely.
Okay, so my point is, Klopp came out and said, "I don't want to be involved with that stuff."
Yeah, because that's a circus around him, Cal. That's nothing to do with one in the actual player. That's my
point, Drift. FSG, in your mind, you're saying FSG should have turned around and been like, well, you know what? He could improve us. But brother, if Klopp
no, I'm not saying get involved in the circus. No, not that.
No, you're missing my point, no, Drift. You're missing my point. If Klopp's saying to them, man, don't get involved, I don't want to get involved in that, they're not going to get involved because they're not the experts Klopp is. So if we as fans are saying we want Tchouaméni, we want this, that's fair enough. If FSG is saying, look, you can have them, but Klopp's turn around and say, you know what? Yeah, it sounds good, but I might just want to develop Harvey and Curtis for another season. But can they not to turn around and be like,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that if he says that. I can't lie. If he says that, I don't believe that. I think that's just a great way of saving face. I don't believe. Not anymore. 5 years ago, I would have believed it. But the way we keep on losing out to like Man City on the last day and all this kind of stuff, I don't believe if Klopp said. I genuinely don't believe that. Klopp's a winner. There's no way that Klopp, and I'm being honest with you, Cal, I think Klopp also stays away from the circus because of how we are. I reckon if we had Sheikh Mansour as an owner, he'd be like, go and get me Haaland. But he don't want to be involved in the circus because we're not that type of club. If he was a Man City, he would have definitely said, go and get me Haaland.
The reason why I say I don't know if he would is because he's come out and said so many things, bro.
Because he's doing what Wenger did, Cal. He's protecting the team, keeping the harmony, making sure nobody thinks that there's all like disgruntledness and all that.
If that's the case, then it's still on Klopp, innit? Because you should call man out if that's the case, bro. Like, for me,
because then you look like you're like, you look like Man United, where there's just everyone's talking shit and all that.
All I'm saying, Drift, is we can't assume one without thinking about the other. That you both have to be considered until we see evidence of one happening.
I still think it's on the ownership, regardless.
I don't think it can be. I think it's got to be on both.
Someone just made a good point. Klopp said, of course we talk to Mbappe. Everybody would want Mbappe. But there's a circus around and we can't afford to get involved. Do you think if we didn't have like a Sheikh Mansour in charge, Klopp wouldn't have said, make sure that gets done. I want Mbappe at Liverpool. Cal, he would have been 100% saying, make sure I get Mbappe at Liverpool.
Bruv, Real Madrid couldn't secure Mbappe.
No, so but Real Madrid ain't Sheikh Mansour. What I'm saying is, if we had like Sheikh
and then
Mansour,
have him come on our board and make decisions with Julian Ward and that, yeah?
No, obviously we wouldn't go that far, but I still believe that there would have been a decision that there would have been a meeting where Klopp said, make sure I get him. And maybe we don't, but he would have been like, I want that player. And he would have made sure we pushed everything we could to get it done. I'm telling you, I'm not saying Klopp's not to blame. You're right that Klopp holds some blame, but for me, the ownership now, moving forward in this summer, I'm going to really understand where they stand if they don't make sure that there's hella investment ready for Klopp for the next season. I wish we didn't even
go down this rabbit hole with this conversation. Not even on you, Drift. I'm just seeing some of the comments. I'm like, certain people just don't listen at all. Like, you literally pick out one or two words and just don't listen.
But that, bruv, they run with agendas and narratives.
So annoying. Has anyone
I ain't even been paying attention to the chat. So.
We just had this debate, yeah? This debate didn't even get heated between us. Have you once heard me say I'm FSG in this debate? Have you once heard me say that Klopp's to blame for everything?
No.
Have you once heard me say that FSG don't need to do something this summer?
No.
Have you once heard me say it's all Klopp's fault?
No.
All right. So if you're saying that I'm saying that, then kindly in the comments go and suck out. Goodness me, man. Goodness me.
You know what? Yeah. Where's the?
It's like, bro, do you not have the capacity to listen and comprehend?
Hey, Cal, no names, Cal.
Because if I had that conversation with Stevie, who's 3 years old, he would get what I'm saying.
Cal, you don't even need to. Cal, you don't even need to say no name.
I need to sign up to a YouTube page, surely.
Cal, don't say no names. This is what we think of these comments.
Go suck your mother. Me ready for one hour no ramp with me and see me now. Flush on the face, pussy. Big go suck your.
And for those that I think, where it's here, energy's here, bro. Man's got the energy all day. We could do this all day for them type of comments there. Foolishness.
I
wasn't even looking at the comments, so I missed it.
Bruv, some people are chatting.
Bruv, imagine this, yeah? This would be my speech, for example. Klopp is a world-class manager, he's phenomenal. I wouldn't want to trade him for anyone else. But sometimes I think he can be a bit silly with his subs. I can't believe Callum don't rate Klopp's subs and he don't rate him as a man.
Well, you just gotta ignore that, man. You just gotta ignore
it. It's what I say to them.
Mama. You suck your mama. I'm ready for run down your blood clot and gunshot you in this.
Man,
stop playing those things that only make me laugh, bro. Today's not a day to laugh.
Man, ain't got time for them things there, bro.
Today's not a day to laugh.
Big in your mama.
So-called Liverpool fans doing this.
No, but that's the thing, Kyle. It's probably not even Liverpool fans.
No, it's people I've seen in the chat before. Then they'll throw up the "You'll never walk alone" when we're winning, and then when they lose, like all
man are just doing the whole troll thing, innit? They're just probably rival fans, innit? They're just rival fans pretending to be Liverpool fans, innit?
Yeah, let's get through the rest of these super chats before I start getting ignorant on there, man. Dad Free says, really tough to take. We have to be better in big games. It's fire margins that cost us. It's still you'll never walk alone. Great coverage all season, guys. Big up yourself.
Yeah, big up yourself, bro.
Big up yourself.
I want to play that video. I swear to God.
God, it's not a time to laugh, Matt. Allow it, man.
No, I'm so pissed off, but all I can do is laugh because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna start saying some mad stuff. I don't want to say mad stuff right now.
By the way, are we saving player ratings for Monday? Because I can't be asked to do that.
Yeah. Monday. We did that Monday, bro. We did that.
Mr. Tibbs09 says, to be fair, Drift, Real Madrid had the luxury of winning the league early and focus on preparing for today. That
is true, but that's why I actually think now that we've won both domestic cups, I don't care about them anymore. Now I only want to go for league and Champions League now. We've got them in the bag. Klopp's a G. He's won everything possible. I think going for the domestic cup proves you play too many games in the season. The quad stuff's funny and it's a good banterful, jokey thing, bro. It's too many games. We've done it now. There's a reason no one's ever done it before because it's long. It's long.
Bro, it's long. No, what it is? It's unreal. Dare I say, all jokes aside, it's almost unrealistic to win a quad because even if you are the greatest team that season, so much has to work in your favor. No injuries. No one gets tired. Like,
Matt, it's impossible, bro. That's why it's never been done in 120 years, bro.
It's very unrealistic. No. What it is unrealistic.
It's nigh on impossible. Unrealistic. Obviously, anything's possible in jet, but it's nigh on impossible. It's the reason no one's ever done it. It's the reason no one's ever done it.
Kadir said, lads, a terrible night. No sleep for me tonight. Literally heartbroken. Hope Mane stays. Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying different things about Mane. I'm quite conflicted over the whole Mane thing now.
Little Man says, just saying, I think if Firmino started together with Keita, we win. Klopp should have learned against Everton and Tottenham. Mane can't play low blocks.
Oh, that's what you meant. No, I disagree with that because Mane's been good against low blocks and Firmino was actually really bad against Wolves. So it's hindsight's quite easy. I would have been very surprised if Firmino started today.
If Firmino started, I'd have been surprised myself.
Yeah, I'd have been very surprised if Firmino started.
Shout out to Lakers. Mane's official quote apparently was, I think it's a tricky one, the game tonight. We are disappointed. The fans have been amazing. I want to thank them for everything and the boss. I wish this team all the success in the world.
He's gone.
Yeah, that sounds like a man who's gone.
So we lose the Champions League final and then I lose a Origi and Mane. Yeah, I'm not part of this.
Hold on, what did Mane say? Say that again, sorry?
I'm going on a high.
What did Mane say? Sorry, Cal?
Hold on. I said, I think it's a tricky one, the game tonight. We are disappointed. The fans have been amazing. I want to thank them for everything. And the boss, I wish this team all the success in the world.
Oh, bruv. Yeah. Do you know what? Forget that, bruv. He's gone.
Yeah,
if he's saying that, he's gone. He's fucking gone.
King S1 says, to clarify my last point, if Klopp had faith in the entire squad, he would have played them more during this run-in with the likes of Harvey and Jones. I agree with that.
But he did rotate quite a lot in certain games, though. We can't just be like reactionary. Newcastle, Sunderland, there was loads of games he rotated a lot. Southampton. So yeah, there were loads of games that he did rotate. I'm not going to lie. I'm losing Mane and Origi in the same summer after we have a dead end to the season. Yeah, I'm going on a break. Fuck this, man.
Peterson says, I don't care. Let's go for Szoboszlai. We need him. Goal scoring midfielder. Sultan says, we were all over them. Pause. But I knew all it takes is one chance for them to win because we are terrible against low blocks, man. I'm devastated, fam. Yeah, the writing was on the wall for a little bit at certain points there. William says 200 plus minutes in finals this season and 0 goals this season. Uncomfortable conversations need to be had about players like Salah who haven't turned up. Yeah.
Salah's been terrible in 2 out of the 3.
Do you know what I don't like though? Other players haven't turned up in the finals either.
That is true.
If we scored no goals, Mane hasn't scored any goals, Diaz hasn't scored any goals, Jota hasn't scored any goals, Firmino hasn't scored any goals either. Why is it always Salah that's being mentioned? Like, why is it not the whole attack? Like, they all played against Chelsea.
Because he's an easy scapegoat,
He's the talent. It's the same way nobody will look at Kulusevski if Tottenham don't score, they look at Kane. Like if you're the talisman, that's the one that everybody
Well, not
blames,
if
isn't it?
the others have chances as well. All right, again, not even to dig man out. Robbo missed a sitter. Diaz should have scored in the FA Cup final. Mane should have scored in the League Cup final when flipping Mendy made a double save. Like, it's all of them collectively. Like, every single one of them. We can't just single out one player. All 5 of our attackers did not score. It's not just Salah. Like, it's very weird that we always turn and say Salah's. We've got to have a conversation about Salah. What about Mane? Mane didn't score in a final. Firmino didn't score in a final. Jota didn't score in a final. Like, Taki weren't even given a chance. But, like, Diaz didn't score in 2 finals either. Like, surely we've got to look at the whole attack, right?
Maybe a couple of people have got a point. Today will be because Salah was the one talking.
Yeah, but I mean, I could argue and say that Mane could have come out and said something about his future before the game, which might have taken a little pressure off. We've heard other players like, I mean, Virgil's spoken on it saying we need to be better this time and we go out there to win this time and right the wrong. Like,
that's a bit different to saying I want Real Madrid for revenge, though. That is a bit different. Like Salah actually with chest said, I want Real Madrid, I want revenge. Like, that's kind of what it is still.
But he didn't say anything wild.
No, he didn't. But you do invite pressure, Cal.
I mean, surely
you
all of
invite
us
pressure when you say that stuff.
Bare of us as fans said the same thing, though.
Yeah, but it's different with the players, isn't it? Remember, I did say to you the other day, I think Salah's got to stop talking. He does do a lot of interviews and he talks a lot.
But Drift, we as fans get annoyed that players are robotic and just use media answers. So we can't get annoyed when someone's not being robotic and speaking their truth.
No, that's true, but then back it. That's the only thing. You can't say it and not back it. That's the point. Like, you can say all you want, but you have to back it. You have to.
I just think it's hard. I just feel like everything.
You have to back it, bro. I
think this whole final loss has been put on 2 players when, you know, collectively as a team, we weren't good enough. Like, it's kind of sad.
It's not Salah's. Today's not Salah's fault. No way. It's not
Selection says we need 3 centre midfielders: Fabinho backup, attacking midfield, and Thiago understudy. Barring Thiago, I don't think Klopp knows how to use more technical players. Selection, I disagree. And the reason I disagree is because you look at his Dortmund side with Goetze, Royce, Lewandowski, Kagawa. They're all very technical players, and he got them playing some of the best football we've seen across Europe over the last decade. So I trust him with more technical players. I just don't think we have an abundance of those technical players. Whether we can sign those players and then we go from there. I mean, Coutinho played the best football of his life under Klopp, and he's about as technical as it gets. So I mean, that's just me personally. Sultan says, I'm fuming, man. Then why they play? I agree with Drift. Enough of that rolling on the ground and wasting time. What the F? Man, just play some football. Yeah, when referees let it happen, that's what's always.
So they do. I can't believe there was a moment where Militao was lying down, flat out, went like this to the person who was asking him a question, and then the ref come over and was like, "What's going on?" And he just jumped up and just got on. I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Rah, boy." That type of shit should be getting like after game suspensions and all that play acting and rolling around and all that shit. It's a joke, man.
Jamie says midfield wasn't a problem today, as we outplayed theirs. Our problem is we switch off too much in games, i.e. Trent. I agree with that as well. We have bashed the midfield a lot. We actually won the midfield battle today, in my opinion.
Oh, don't know about that. Well, remember how many times we kept saying, why are they getting in at our defense so quickly and bypassing midfield so easily?
Look how many times we got in ahead of theirs as well. I think we actually won the midfield battle, but we switched off a couple of times and we weren't clinical.
There's a part of me that's starting to not even understand how I feel.
More's been spoken about the midfield today than our attack, who missed chances. And have been missing chance for a while. And remember, I've been saying for most of the season, we score a bag of goals, but if you look at the percentages, we might not be as clinical as we think we are. And I got berated for it. We are not as clinical as many people say.
I don't think any. That's a silly argument if anyone
but the
came against
amount
you
of
for that.
chances
We're
we
not
create,
clinical. Yeah.
the amount of chances we create stipulates we score the amount of goals we do.
I
William
personally
Wright,
think in finals we actually seize up. It sounds silly because we won 2 out of the 3 finals we played in this season. There's something not right about us in finals, and I think we've got to also reassess how we don't really press that much anymore, but we still burn a lot of energy and we're tired a lot. Because I don't really think we're a pressing monster anymore. There's only a few games I remember us doing that, like the FA Cup against Man City, we pressed hard. But there's quite a few games I'm like today, we didn't really press today. Do you think we were like pressing today? Not really.
we were disjointed in our pressing, I'd say. William Wright says, Cal, you're spotting about Klopp. I used to bash FSG hard, but he needs to start demanding more, especially after signing a new deal, which suggests he's happy. That is what I've been saying. Like, if Klopp's not demanding it from the owners, they're not just going to turn up and say, do you want it?
But they should, though, Cal. That's the thing. You shouldn't buy somebody something because they've asked for it. You should buy it if you know they need it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, like, you're not going to wait for little man to get a hole in his knees before you buy him a new pair of trousers. You'll know he needs it and you'll get him it before he's down to one pair. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's because Stevie's is not an expert on his life yet because he's too young to comprehend everything.
No, but I mean, even if he was like 15, you would still be like, you've only got one pair of trousers, and you'd still buy him another one. He wouldn't have to ask, you would do it.
Still not an expert. My mum's not going to come to me and say, Cal, this and that, unless I ask her or unless she physically sees it because she knows me so well, because I'm of an age where I should be an expert on my life now.
No, but I mean, like if you got a 15-year-old son and he's got one pair of trousers, he don't need to tell you he needs another pair. Like any parent will be like, right, I've got to get my kid another pair of trousers. You haven't got one pair of trousers.
But they're not football people, Drift. They are owners who employ, quote unquote, the best people for each role so that they just oversee things.
Well, then that means recruitment need to take a look at themselves then.
Exactly. This is what I've been saying the whole time, bro. It's a joint effort.
But as the owner, it's still your responsibility to sit recruitment down and ask, what do we need to not feel like this again? Because we just had 2 absolutely disappointing finishes to the season.
My point exactly. But if Klopp turns around to him as the expert, Drift, and says, I just need one centre midfielder, when we know we need a right back and we need someone else for the wing, then that's not on them because they've asked him and he said his answer.
Yeah, but I don't think Klopp would say that. I really don't.
No, Drift. But this is what I'm saying. I'm hoping Klopp doesn't say that. But I can't sit here and say without shadow of a doubt that isn't what Klopp would say.
But he's not elite if he does. So I really hope that he would never say that. An elite manager would never, ever have that way of thinking. They wouldn't. Because it's just like getting in the way of them being great. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
As I said, I don't think we're at a point anymore where we can just blame one or the other. I think everyone's got to take collective blame now. Before, I'd have fully sat there and said, yes, FSG need to do this. But no, I can't anymore. Because I've seen Klopp do so many things where I'm like, or maybe you do believe a certain thing.Maybe you do.
All right, because we don't want to keep going on about it. You see how Tottenham came out the other day, and obviously they had to announce it, as George just let us know, publicly because of the way they're doing it. But you know how it came out that there's 150 million in transfer kitty for Conte to be able to build the squad. You see something like that, regardless of whether they're experts or not, that's the type of stuff that FSG should be making available for us, whether it's known or not. Klopp should know going into the summer, right, I got 150, I got 180, I got 200. Seriously. And if you don't spend it all, fair enough. But as an owner who just got that disappointing end to the season and don't want that to happen again, I'd be like, bro, you want all this money in the Champions League run. You want all this money in the Cup runs. You want all this money in the Premier League run. We got all this money from Nike. We got this, we got that, rare. Yo, you've got this much available.
But we don't know whether they have or they haven't.
But they should do, bro, because if other clubs can, we should.
No, I do agree with that. That's never been my thing that I disagree with. But again, who's to say Klopp turns around and says, I only just want a right back?
But then that's when it's on Klopp.
But
until then, FSG need to make sure he knows he's got 200 mil to spend when he needs it.
But this is what I've been saying the whole time. We don't know who is who, bruv. We don't know who. We don't. Drift. We can assume.
Yeah, but
But we
Klopp's a
don't
world-class manager. No world-class manager says no to it, man. He can't. He can't do, man.
Bruv,
He can't.
We've seen Klopp say no to a bag of things, Drift.
Yeah,
Come
but that's
on.
because he's working within the restrictions and protecting the owners, Carl. I don't think that's because he wants it. I don't.
Klopp-
I think that's because he's
Klopp's
protecting the
also
owners.
got morals, and he's got a principle and philosophy that he also sticks with as well, Drift.
I don't know.
We've
Man.
seen it. It's one of the reasons why we love him so much, bro.
Yeah, but he's realized if you want to win, you've got to be ruthless. That's why Carrie's got dashed. That's why there's been other times when he's done certain things. Like, he's also not stupid.
I mean,
He's
we say
also not
Carrick's got dash,
stupid.
but Carrick's is still at the club up until the next couple of days.
No, but you
so-
know what I mean. Like, he went and got Allison and was like, "Yeah, fuck this. I'm not doing this anymore." Like, because like, he's still not stupid. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so let me ask you a question, yeah? We talk about this whole midfield thing. But up until Elliot got injured, Elliot was a starter in our midfield. We can't sit here and say Klopp doesn't believe in Elliot when he was a starter over Henderson and Naby in our midfield.
No, I don't think he doesn't believe in him.
All right, so that's my point then. So how do we know?
Because he learnt along the way, bro. That's why he stopped playing.
No,
him.
but this is my point, Drift. How do we know he didn't sit there and say, and the owner said, right, there's 100 mil for you if you want to send a midfielder and a winger, and he turned around and says, nah, Elliot's the guy. Because the proof's kind of there, bro, because Elliot was playing all the games before he got injured. Which is
It wasn't the beginning of the season, though, Cal, when there's no pressure in that. See, when it got real pressure, we didn't see Elliot again, bro.
Bro, because he came back from a really bad injury, but he started at the San Siro, bro.
Yeah, and he was bad. And then I think Klopp thought, yeah, like, I realised you're not actually quite up to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he loans him out in the summer.
But we can't sit here finishing on 92 points after we finished on 97 points and lost the league on 98 points and say the beginning of the season ain't important. Every single game when you
I'm saying there was no pressure at the beginning.
Every game's got pressure when you're Liverpool and Man City now, bro.
Yes and no, because it's still the beginning of the season.
Bruv, we moaned about a draw in October. Bruv,
yeah, but it's still the beginning of the season. It's a bit easier. And wasn't Henderson injured at the beginning of the season? That's why Elliot was playing. I think Henderson was injured, wasn't he?
Nah, not fully.
Klopp needs to have money available. FSD needs to make sure that he's got hella money, man.
Lowy the man says, big up, boys. Been a while. It has been a while. Hope you're well, bro. Just can't believe Real Madrid won the Champions League by playing worse than most of their opponents. They must be the most jammiest team in the Champions League.
They really are, man.
Some jam, innit?
For real. Plain Enthusiast says, even if we get new players, are we sure Klopp rotates? Been saying this.
If he trusts in them, and there's two players who I do believe. Ibu, I think, has proved it, and then Diaz coming in, I think has proved he will rotate if he trusts the player. I think that's what it is. I genuinely think there's just some people. We've got to get him the type of players, like what Cal said. If that player's playing, you're not bothered. If there's any player in the team, maybe it is time to be ruthless on the real. I know we get like attached to players and we do have that sentiment, but there's anybody in the team that if they play, you look at the lineup and go, oh, I don't know, man. He shouldn't be in the squad. Maybe it's just time to be that ruthless. And I'm even talking about the players who we actually do rate and do need respect, like your Takis and your Nabbies and those type of players. People still and ah a bit if they're in the team, innit? Maybe it's time to actually get rid of anybody who is an and ah. And it's just like everybody in the team is a Bernardo Silva for a Mahrez or a Sterling for a Jesus, where you don't have an issue. You're like, all right, cool, he's playing. Like, it's what it is, isn't it? Maybe it is time to be like that for real. Like,
Max Kellerman says we need Kane and Odegaard, no messing around. Odegaard's
not Odegaard, no.
Selection says, I think it's evident we spend this summer, especially midfield. Mane says, I want to thank them and the boss. I wish them all the success in the world.
Yeah, he's gone. I'm taking a hiatus.
Jamrock says they're not going to ask Klopp, they rely on Klopp. Shaq says, Drift, what if FSG asks Klopp and Klopp is content?
If Klopp's content, then Klopp's the issue. Like, that actually is the case, then I have a major issue with Klopp. I'm not going to front just because I love the guy. That's a major issue. You can't watch Conte go spend all that money, Haaland go Man City and all that stuff, and then go, yeah, I'm cool with Harvey Elliott to develop. We ain't got time to develop. We got to win now.
King S1 says, Cal, you're being disingenuous to think Klopp wants to develop Harvey and Jones. He would have played them in this run if that was the case. I didn't say that. I said there's a chance Klopp might think like that. I never once said he doesn't want. I'm not saying whether he wants or he doesn't. I'm saying I don't know. We don't know. So we can't speculate either way. I've been very consistent with what I've said this whole time. Very consistent. Not bigging up FSG or putting FSG down. I'm not bigging up Klopp or putting Klopp down. I'm saying we don't know. So to assume one way or the other, I don't think is correct because we don't know. Jamrock says FSG have no idea what we need. That's why they rely on Jurgen Klopp. Jamrock says Klopp is also stubborn and idealistic in, I'm not sure what that means, in his views. Again, very true.
Again, I don't want to spend too long on this because obviously it's getting a bit long now. But do you know what would be worrying if what you're saying is right, Cal? What would be worrying about that is there's nobody better in the world than Klopp for Liverpool. But if he's going to do that, then we've just got to sit here and accept this will happen every season.
But I'm saying we wait
and
see
that's
what
actually
happens.
quite depressing, to be honest.
I don't think there's even a conversation as things stand right now to be having about FSG or anything like. I think we need to see how the summer plays out and then go from there.
No, but that's what I'm saying. After the way we've ended the season, I want FSG to make sure that this is a fun summer.
Yeah, but it should have been a fun summer whether we won everything or we didn't.
It should really drive it home after a poor end that you have to go ham. Do you get what I mean? Like sometimes you can paper over the cracks with wins. Do you get what I mean? But if you don't win, it really should be motivation to go ham. It should, to make sure it never happens again.
King S1 says, to clarify my last point, if Klopp had faith in the entire squad, he would have played them more during this run-in with the likes of Harvey and Jones. I mean, Harvey and Jones played in the Southampton game. And King S1, to come back at that point, I'd say, why didn't Tsimikas play more games? Are we saying now he doesn't trust Tsimikas when we've all seen Tsimikas' quality? Because if we're going to be objective and we're going to be fair, no one can tell me from January to now that Robbo's been in better form than Tsimikas, but Robbo started ahead of Tsimikas tonight. So again, M-Shack says,
up until 2 games ago he was.
Again, just in my humble opinion, I think Tsimikas has been in better form since January. In my humble opinion.
Do you really? Oh no, I don't.
Robbo's been good, but I can't think of a bad game Tsimikas has had.
No, Tsimikas ain't had a bad game, but Robbo was brilliant up until about 2 or 3 games ago. I think he's exhausted.
M-Shack says, if Mane goes heartbroken, I want Lewandowski or Kane. That I fully agree with.
To be fair, there's conflicting reports about Mane because there's been reports of him saying, I don't want to leave Red Hatter. There's other reports saying, I wish I would just say,
Matt, ease off, bro.
Yeah.
If it's quoted when he said, I want to wish everyone the best.
But there's other quotes apparently.
Okay,
as well,
so what quote is this
then?
What's this quote then?
I'm not leaving with unfinished business. We owe Liverpool, we owe the fans a Champions League title. I want to come back stronger next year and win it with this team, Liverpool. We need to hear all the quotes.
Well, then now everybody's just making like I need to know who's faking.
I don't know, innit? I don't know.
We just need to wait and see how.
Yeah, let me just go find a quote right now. Let's put this thing.
Sultan says, Drifty, are you saying he's gone for 30-something millions? 30. They are saying
because he's only got 1 year left, bro. That's why it's hard to get more than that. That's the problem, isn't it?
Aaron says, whose trophies are better, ours or yours, regarding the World Club Cup? And
it's ours, but Chelsea did do well this season. I would never knock the World Club Cup. I wouldn't.
I think it's debatable on both sides. I think with the Club World Cup and the Super Cup, you would have had to have won the Champions League to get that. So that's
but looking at it as a season, that was last year. So if you're just looking at, I know you have to do well to get there, but if you're looking at what it is, the FA Cup and the League Cup have about 7 games to win, whereas the World Club Cup is only 2 and the Super Cup's a one-off game. So even though I would never look down on the World Club Championship, it's not a better achievement if you're trying to assess it. A domestic double is better than a Super Cup and a World Club Cup. But I would never look down on those two cups because they're still good cups to win.
Alexander says, boys, we need to have a discussion about Klopp. Our performances against low blocks is becoming a pattern. This game was similar to the Spurs game.
I agree with that.
The Jerry James show, shout out to Jerry James show, says, fuming, I've said that midfield has nothing. We brought Thiago for games like this and there's always something. They played us. Courtois was man of the match, not going to lie.
You know what? Me and Jay were talking last night and I know he's fuming. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Rohan feels like we were too careful today. Tempo was slow. Yes, especially the second half. Eastwood says, I think people be riding Salah pause because he professed to be the best in the world. Yeah, again, for me, I like it when players come out and speak their truth, innit? I ain't got an issue with it. It's either going to work out for them or it's not. But I'd prefer you to speak the truth than not. Drew P says we've scored 0 in 450 minutes in finals.
It's a massive issue. It is an issue. It is an issue.
I mean, it's only become an issue now because no one's been speaking about this because we had secured the other 2 trophies. It's literally become an issue tonight. Not once of this narrative.
No, they did, Cal. They did. A lot of people spoke about how it was poor we never scored past Chelsea in 2 games. That has been said a lot. It has. We went to penalties with a Chelsea team that was all over the shop in the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? Like at that stage of the season, they were done out and we still needed penalties.
They were done out in the league, but they had everything to play for and nothing to lose in the FA. They had everything to gain in the FA Cup final. There has to be perspective on these.
I know, but we still should have scored. We still should have scored.
They didn't score against us either.
They were letting in goals against Brentford and flipping Wolves, and we still should have scored. Games.
Real Madrid let in a bag of goals, you said, against so-and-so and so-and-so. We couldn't score past them, and they could only score one.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's becoming a Liverpool issue. That's what's worrying me, bro. It's becoming a Liverpool issue, bro.
Drift again, flip it. Real Madrid only scored 1 against us, but they scored how many against City? 7 or 6? And they scored how many against Chelsea over 2 legs?
5 against City, yeah.
No, it's 6. 3 and 3. 3 away from home, 3 at home. Chelsea, didn't they score 3 away from home and 2 at home? 5.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just talking about our scoring record in finals. It is a concern for me anyway.
Teams are always going to play different in finals than they're going to play in a normal league game and all that. It's got to be context onto it.
Yeah, but you've got to score 1, man.
I'm telling you, it's most big games we don't turn up. Again, I disagree. Jamrock says Mane 100% leaving. He said his goodbye. Wow. Yeah.
If Jamrock's saying it, it's not trolling.
Littleman say, honestly, we are missing one thing: a true leader in the pitch. That's why we lack. Since Genie regressed, if we get a good man, Genie was. If we get that with good man, Genie was a big loss. Been saying this for a while with Genie. Apparently, he just passes side to side. Rarely did we lose a midfield battle when Genie played. Rarely.
For real, that's facts.
Rarely.
That's facts.
Rarely were we in control of a game and the game became out of control when Genie was playing. Rarely. William Wright says, Drift, Klopp signed a new deal, bro. He's clearly happy with how FSG do things, which is his biggest weakness and why he don't have a trophy cabinet like Pep.
I'd also say, I'm not even disagreeing with that, but I would still say you can be happy where you are, knowing you've got a great thing going, but there could still be more done. Wenger Ferguson protected the Glazers for like 7 years. And clearly it wasn't good, but like, you know what I mean? Like you can't always just say because he stays, everything is all rosy. Like he's happy. Of course he's happy, but it doesn't mean that more can't be done.
John.72 said the last Mane quote was fake. He is gone. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it might be fake, even though Jose Enrique did post it like 2 minutes ago.
Plain Enthusiast X says, so then shouldn't Simicast be sold Drifty then?
In what way?
in regards to trust of the squad and plays he rotates and doesn't rotate.
No, we shouldn't be. But what I'm saying, no, but that's different because none of the fans are about Tsimikas. I was more like the Nabbies, the Ox, all of them guys. We're all like, that's what I'm saying. So,
Liverpool 12th man says, in fairness, Pep said they don't have 80 mil for a player. Yeah, they've got 100 and odd. DA says we need more faith in Bobby. No, Bobby's in my
man
bad
tied
books
up
in
his
the moment.
laces in the middle of an attack.
Yeah, Bobby's in my bad books in the moment.
That's nuts.
RP says never defend Trent again. Doing thing that is obvious is insanity. Real only threat was that, and he allowed it to happen. I want a proper right back.
So I just want to quickly say this here. RP, fair play to your opinion, but I fully disagree about you want a proper right back. What's so mad is the fan base is so quick to say Trent is amazing when Trent puts on a masterclass in the final against Chelsea. Then he lets in, or not only that, he could have done way better. Let's be real, could have done better. And then people saying he's not a proper right back. Make up your mind, please. Let's stop doing this flip flop thing. Are you wearing Air Force Ones or flip flops? Make up your mind, bro. I'll say that to the fan base as well. I don't really care.
Like I said
fan
before,
base when Air Force Ones or flip flops. Please let me know. What are you on? Are you wearing Jordans or flip flops? Come on, man.
I said it before as well. Go watch back the game and how many brilliant interceptions and tackles Trent made. Yeah, he was a part of the goal being scored, but come on. Let's not.
Man, just want to just go in on Trent. Like, allow it, man.
SM says we need to buy someone in the Coutinho mode who can shoot from outside the box against low blocks. Big up Mac, drinking the Magnum. You'll never walk alone. Fully agree with that.
I've been saying it.
Manem says we haven't scored in 3 finals. We need a striker ASAP. John II says I'm livid, but genuine question, guys. If Jose or Conte has this Liverpool side, do we win the final? We don't get to the final with those 2 managers.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you got to think about the journey.
I genuinely don't. Look, Conte. Everyone knows how highly I rate Conte. I just don't think with this team, with how we play and the players that we have, I don't think he gets to the final. Jamrock says we seem to play the occasion and not the game sometimes. Agree with that.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Kadir says, guys, Jose Enrique has quoted Mane, has said he's not leaving and has unfinished business with us.
I just said that.
Report, guys.
I must admit, though, I think Jose Enrique might be the type of person who's not the best person to take, like, the quote, like, to heart. I actually need to actually see Mane say it. I don't even need like anybody putting anything out. I need to actually watch him actually say what it is he's doing before I believe it.
Funny you say that because I've seen and I've been scouring while you lot have been talking. I've seen no video footage of Mane saying everything, but apparently these quotes about him saying, "Oh, big up to the." I've seen no video footage, and it might be in the obviously, you know, in the area where it's like to the written press, where like you do the walkthrough in it, where you finish the game and you got the press that he might have said that. So fair enough, it's in the video footage, but I've been scouring while you lot have been talking. Like when I say I've been searching, and I can't find one quote from a creditable source of Mane saying a word. So right now, if I'm being genuinely honest, I would just say don't think about it as of right now, because I can't find nothing. Like, I'm just being honest.
Here's the wickedest thing. It's funny, isn't it? Because when you look at the situation, whether he wins or he loses, you can spin it both ways. You could be like, if we win, he wants to stay. Or if we win, he feels like he's won everything, so he wants to leave. Or you could do, if we lose, he thinks, I'll bun this, I'm out. Or if we lose, he can think, no, do you know what? I want to win. Let me stay and let's go again. So you can actually spin it whatever way you want if you're trying to like find the narrative. So it's almost like, for real, we've literally just got to wait and see what it is, isn't it? Like it is what it is.
Oh, Rodri says, thanks for the content, fellas. Would have been better one today, but I enjoyed this season, to be honest. Hopefully we can improve where we need it. Big up yourself, El Rodri. Much appreciated.
Yeah, big up, man. The journey was amazing. The ending was shocking.
Musa says, after this big loss, Klopp tends to cheer us up with a big singing. We go again with a big signing. We go again next season, boys. You never walk alone. Hopefully. Bassett1 says, take number 8 shirt off. I'm not going to call him that Bassett off Naby. Easiest run to a final. It's not the easiest run to a final.
Yeah, well, in a group of death, yeah? All right, cool.
And again, I know people might come for you the Conte thing. Conte's record in Europe hasn't been great.
No, that is fact.
It just hasn't been. And the players we have, I don't think would play Mourinho's style very well either. Jamrock says we've seemed to play. Yeah, sorry, read that one already. M Shack says if we had Genie or Origi, would we win it today?
That's hard to say, isn't it?
I think we'd have had a way better chance.
Because then you've got to start thinking to yourself, who would Genie have played instead of? And little
Genie
things
could
like
have come off for Hendo, and Genie could have been the man who makes the late run into the box.
Yeah, I hear that.
Origi could have come on and provided high or scored a goal.
Do you know what? It's so funny because it's not his fault at all. So it's got nothing to do with Naby in terms of like Naby, like for Naby. But I must admit, I was really on the Naby should stay train because he's had a good season. But when you start making me realize things about like homegrown squad space, you know, little things like that, like if you're going to buy somebody who leaves and little things like that, I must admit, the end of the season has made me realize he's definitely one of the sacrificial players if we can go and get the Gravenberches and the Schuamanis of this world. Because I don't think he's a bad player. I just don't think it's going to work. I just don't, because what's been a good season for Naby isn't good enough. I don't know if I'm being harsh because of like, but I think if I really go back and I look at Naby's season, I can only think of 2 standout games in a 38-game season. Yeah, it's a difficult one, man. It's a difficult one.
John II, just in response to his super chat, was saying, not count in regards to my question, I mainly meant for this game. The reason why I asked, I believe Klopp has no plan B. In this, if it was a fine, so if we're just taking this as an isolated game, again, I don't know if Conte does anything different or secures us. Mourinho, we'd have to have a conversation about, because Mourinho in final does seem to just do a madness.
But if you look at the way Roma did stink out the place, they got the job done, so everybody's happy. But it wasn't like a good final. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was real hoofball, get back in shape. I don't want to watch that football, if I'm being honest. I don't want to watch that.
Mr. Darcy, it says we need to adapt to a back three against big teams for Trent. We need to have a second formation.
Not a back three, though. I don't like back threes, man.
You may not like it, Drift, but it'd be hell of effective with the players we've got. Hell of effective.
I don't know, man. I think a back three only works as well when you've got a real target man. I think you need a Kane or a Lewandowski or something to play a back three, because then then you're effectively playing 2 up front, right, which becomes a support striker and an actual 9. Because you're playing 5-3-2, right? That's how you do it.
Disagree, man. I think it should be our second formation. Star Days says, thank for the content this season, guys. It's been draining mentally, to be honest, highs and lows, but we move. Schumanni type is desperately needed. You never walk alone.
Yeah.
Bless you, Star Days. And you've been brilliant as well this season, Star Days. And
yeah.
You know what? Over 1,400 of you, even if you're not watching this live and you watch it back, on a real, obviously it's not the ending we wanted, but for everyone who has supported us and rocked with us this season, eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Little man. So I've got to draw you out of this one. Cal, top teams don't change formations, man. Man City would never change their formation. Man City have played variants of 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, 3-5-2, 3-4-3. Pepper's done it throughout the time he's been at Man City. His first season, he played 3 at the back. He was playing Mendy and Walker or Danilo as wing backs.
Here's the only thing I will say, though. You're not wrong, Cal, but at the same time, and this is why people always come at me, but I do rate Pep. Even when he changes the formation now, bro, he still has a degree of control on the game with how that they play that formation.
No, I agree,
Do you
but
get what I mean? So he still plays that formation in his mold. He doesn't like if he's playing three at the back, he's not playing three at the back like Mourinho or Conte would play three at the back. Do you get what I mean? Like,
but Klopp wouldn't do that either. Every team plays 4-3-3.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you don't
But
change
we don't play
formation. Yeah, but no one changes formation. Well, the top managers don't change formation for the sake of it. Though. You change formation based on the personnel, whether you can play that formation. I don't want Jurgen Klopp changing formation just for the sake of it. You got to change formation if you have the players available, right? First of all, that are able to play the way you need them to play, so we're still as effective. So I understand the whole. Everyone might think like, maybe changing formation, right? However, if we ain't got the players, like you said as well, Jim, it's got to make sense, right? Surely, as long as you have the players, if not, there's kind of no point. That's how I look at it.
That's why I think you need a striker to play three at the back.
Shout out to Rosdon.
You need a killer. Fact, you need a killer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You do. You need a Kane.
Yeah, you do. You do. Yeah, you do.
Peterson says, one game can't define the season of 62. We move, but let's be honest, Kate had a full minute to charge his shot. It's time for him to move on. He just ate it. Sorry, guys.
I mean, I literally just said that, Pete. I don't know if you put it through before. But...
We need to dissect the whole squad.
Yeah, and I know Matt's going to be. He's had a good season, Matt. He has, but I don't think a good season is good enough anymore. And I have no issue with Naby if he stays, but he's a position in the squad that if it needs to be sacrificed, I'm all right with it now. Because
let's do this next week, guys.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I don't want to be reactionary personally. I'll just say
I thought it for a little while, so it's not even me.
No, that's fair enough. In my opinion, I thought he's had a good season. Did he play well tonight? No, he didn't. I'm the first to say no, he didn't. And again, but what I'm not gonna do though is say his season was defined by that shot though. Like I don't.
Yeah, no. That's
where people. Because here's the thing. Because you get the reactionary people like, you know, all that stuff. So
it's time to get a Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield, and I know there's not many of them around.
Bro, let me say, bro. I'll be the first one to sit here and say, of course we need a Kevin De Bruyne. No one's saying that. 100%. What you think I wouldn't swap Kate? Come on, bruv. If KDB,
no, that's what I'm saying. His position is the position that I believe. Because the other two are a bit more defensive. So say you got Thiago and you've got Flack. They're more like controlling, holding. You see that other guy who's in the midfield. That guy needs to be way more of that De Bruyne type of player for me. So that's why I'm saying if Henderson's going to be back up next season for Flacco and Thiago can keep himself fit and so it's Flacco and Thiago, that third guy can't be Naby anymore. And I'm not unhappy with him. He's not a bad player, nothing like that. But if he's got to be sacrificed, it's got to be a better player than Naby for that third position in midfield. Thiago and Flacco should be allowed to do what they do, and we have a Kevin De Bruyne type player who gets going by the scruff of the neck, creates, dribbles, does all that stuff. It's not Naby. It just isn't. I've got to keep it a buck. It's just not Naby.
Let's do this another day, guys.
I just want to say one thing. You're asking for the KDB. There's not many. There's only one KDB for starters. Yeah. Secondly, bro, we can upgrade on near enough everybody. Like I'm gonna call it what it is. We can upgrade on Henderson. Like we can upgrade on a few players. We can upgrade on Milner, but people don't want to let him go. We can upgrade on a lot of people.
But they're backup players now.
No, but it's not. But bruv, let's be real. Naby Keita will be a better backup than James Milner next season. Like I'm just gonna call it what it is. If people don't like that, then it is what it is, isn't it? Nah, it's just kind of for me. I don't want to do the emotional attachment of Milner came in 2015 and like he's still the guy. I love James Milner, but we have to call it what it is, bro. He's 36 years of age, 37, bro. Like let's not be silly.
Yeah, but he means more to the team than just. Anyway, we'll talk about it on Monday.
No, of course he's a voice, but what I'm saying is for us to move forward. Yeah, for us to move forward.
Plus
these are the tough decisions. These are the tough decisions that we have to make. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to. Of course, Naby Keita is replaceable. Of course, he is. If you can get me a KDB, of course. Like, come on, man. I want to keep Milner for emotional standpoints, and I'm not having that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not having that.
DA says, "Give me a player who left us and won trophies with another club in the Klopp era. I'd do anything to keep Sadio. He's played 65% of the games with rest, less than 5 days."
Yeah, fact. If Mane
yeah.
goes, man, it's gonna be really, really tough, man. Like,
Ros Don says, I have to ask this question. Is Trent's ability a double-edged sword by being a jack of all trades and probably a master of none? Well, I think he is a master of a few things.
That's
but
mad
just
still.
not.
But
yeah,
I'm
he's
saying
definitely a
reactionary
master of
FC is
what he's
out
good at.
tonight, bro.
I don't think that one's a reactionary question, Matt, if I'm going to be honest. I
Man
think
said
that
jack of all trades, bro.
I'll just say, guys, we've got to go and look at how the ball was able to go all the way from the left side of the pitch today across to the right side
But
of the
this is
pitch for
Bob.
Trent
No,
to get
no, no,
caught
no.
out in
Jeff,
the
you
first
shouldn't have even
place.
said that. All they want to focus on is why Trent didn't why Trent allowed the goal, but forgetting that, as you said rightly, on the left-hand side there, I didn't see no one putting pressure on the ball, but the ball was allowed to be played in.
Yeah.
But because Trent didn't stop that cross, because Trent allowed Vinicius to walk in, it's Trent's fault. But no
Which
one
Trent
didn't
was
think
still
to
a
cut
part
out
of,
the
though, Matt.
source.
Like, because he didn't look over his shoulder. Trent was still a part of it. He didn't look over his shoulder. But you're right,
Just-
Valverde.
just to look at the
was
other
it
side.
Valverde
He
that
was
played
in.
the pass,
He was in the wrong. But for people to sit there and blame him, nah, I'm not having that.
But just to look at
Yeah.
it from the other side, how many times have we seen crosses coming from Trent's side and Robbo and Simicast clear it at the back post where Trent
Hey,
should have been?
Tariq, truth hurts, bro.
I
So,
hear that, Cal.
that's where-
Okay, so here's the bigger picture, which we'll have to chop up on Monday. Teams actually have this theory in their mind: attack down the right, Trent leaves space. That's actually the theory. So do you know what that says to me? Why doesn't everyone else on the team do their job so the ball can't be so easily switched to be in a position where Trent is getting caught out?
Can I ask a quick question?
No,
Can I
it's
ask a
not
quick question?
babysitting, Cal.
No,
You
no,
should
no,
be
no.
doing your job in whatever other position you're in, so the ball doesn't get so easily played in
Just
behind
quickly,
Trent.
I'm so glad you said. Funny you say that. Yeah. What's so mad is this year. The narrative is Trent is worse at defending than Robbo. And if you deep it, you could probably say, yeah. If you look at the both, Robbo's probably better defensively than Trent, right? But what I find kind of amusing, and I find very amusing from Reactionary FC tonight, yeah, is that the attack was down Robbo's side, but the right back is getting the blame. I'm sorry. Was Trent Robbo? Was Robbo the one that got beat, or was it Trent? Who allowed the cross to get in? Because if it's the other way around, Trent still gets the blame anyway. That's what's so mad, yeah? If it was on the other side, everyone go, why did Trent allow the crossing? That's so lax from Trent. But no one will say nothing about Robbo if that same thing happened. This is one thing I don't like about it as well. People are so quick to make this assumption about how Trent can't defend, bruv. Like you said as well, Jiv. When Benzema was 1-on-1, I saw Trent take.
He tackled him beautifully,
he tackled him and took the ball off him, yeah. But what's so mad? Robbo allows the cross to get in, and Van Dijk was there as well. Because on Van Dijk's side, maybe there was a lack of communication, but people are quick to come talk about Trent. Nah, I'm not having that. I'm not having that at all. Because if that's the other way round, I'm sorry. Everyone wants to go, oh, Trent allowed the crossing. Look how he can't be bothered, and no one don't say nothing about Robbo. Nah, dead. Leave me out of that conversation. Leave me out of that conversation.
Every single time they tried to play Vinicius in today, Trent made a really good interception. And anytime Vinicius had the ball at his feet, he never actually stood up Trent and beat him once.
Bro,
not
just quickly,
once.
Let me ask you both: who looked more tired today, Trent or Robbo? Who looked leggy? Was we calling for Simicast to come on or Joe Gomez? But the narrative is Trent. That's one thing I don't like. When people don't play well, I hear you people, and I understand it's annoying. But at the same time, we got to call it what it is. We were saying for a long time, and I see people talking. Don't let me call your name out, please. I see people saying for a while, oh, we should be letting Simicast play. Why? Because Robbo, as great as he is, can be a bit tired at times. He's a human being. And Robbo, at that point, looked a little tired, looked a bit leggy. There's a reason why people were saying, bring on Simicast. But that conversation is now all of a sudden gone out the window because we considered a goal and we're upset. And because Trent allowed Vinicius to walk in, Trent apparently is his fault.
Sorry.
Drop me out of that conversation, bro.
Sorry, Tarek, I'm just going to... You've been rocking us for a little while, Tarek. I'm kind of surprised that you're kind of going down the road you're going down. And last couple of shows, you have been going a little bit.
You know what?
No, let me do it.
No.
Just let me do it.
No. We don't have that in here. We don't have that in here.
Just Tarek, you've been rocking with us for a little while. I don't know what's been going on recently, but you kind of been goading last few streams and that. I'm gonna kindly ask you to kind of reel it back in a little bit, please. Blue chip.
Matt made the decision for you, bro.
Oh.
I didn't even see what it was.
Big love,
Yeah, we're
lads.
not having that.
Next
Not
season
tonight,
we
bro.
go
Not
again.
tonight.
Big up yourself, Avi.
Yeah, big up Avi, man. Big up.
Big up, bro.
I don't know if anyone can get the supers because my thing's frozen at the moment.
Funny enough, mine froze for 2 seconds, you know.
Yeah, I
As
can't.
What's
that
going
piece-
on at you
yeah,
lot
yeah.
end now? Is this
I
still
have
Levy?
no idea. Bruv, Daniel Levy must have heard Harry
still
Kane and just
Levy,
thought he's
yeah?
not having. Mr. Dowsett Drifty says, we need Neves, Basuma, Kane 200 million.
Oh,
Cal
raw.
fully
Cal's
just gone. I'm telling you, bruv, Levy's on it still. And Sunny Jim 26 says, you think 3-4-3 pushing higher up the pitch is better?
I don't like three at the back. Matt as well. Here's the thing as well, yeah. If we
Yeah.
start playing three at the back, let's be real. If you play three at the back, obviously if you do it every now and again, maybe not so. But if you play three at the back as a standard, you need 5 centre backs. So if we ever adapted to a point where we're playing three at the back regularly, we would actually need to go out and buy 2 more defenders, because if Joey's going to be back up to Trent, you need another centre back as well in case there's ever a time when Joey's playing right back. So it also creates another problem if you start playing three at the back. Do you get what I mean? It's good centre backs are quite hard to find. So then you've got another issue where you've got to go and buy another centre back. So that's the reason I'm not like we only have 3 centre backs if Joey's going to be Trent's backup. We can't play them all at the same time because then who's on the bench?
Yeah. No,
Do you get what I mean?
That's why Joey shouldn't be his backup.
Yeah, but
I hear that.
If you're gonna do 3-4-3, like you said, yeah. First of all, you need all the centre backs to be on point because, like Chelsea have seen, when your centre backs aren't on point and you play a three at the back because you got to use that extra centre back, you're asking a lot. Funny enough, and you may be negating Trent's defensive duties like how it does for Reece James, but again, like the centre back issue could become a problem because then you can't rotate the centre backs like you would if it's just a back two. There's a reason why Joel Matip, in my opinion, has had one of his best seasons because he was able to rotate with Ibu, and Ibu allowed him to take the rest that he needed to if he needed that rest in it, and it kind of it's prolonged Matip's season. Matip has had a great season this season. Why? Because he was allowed rest. Years gone by, it was like, if Lovren's injured, Matip, you're playing. Look, Matip, if you're injured, like Thingy's playing and whatever, and Joe Gomez, and we've had that kind of injury-ridden centre backs at one point where Matip was getting injured, Joe Gomez was obviously injured a few times, and Lovren. And
centre back's the only position on the field this season where the players haven't looked leggy this season.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah,
and the rotation has been key for that, bro.
Spot
if we
on.
go to a back three, I'll be a little bit worried.
The mad thing,
back to how it
guys.
was before.
I'm not against Ramsey. Yeah, I don't know enough about him to be pro or anti Ramsey in terms of being good enough, right? But what I will say is, I've always, my quote was always, it's a Champions League semi-final away at Bayern Munich or something, and he has to, and this guy is the guy who has to play. Ramsey, I don't even need to know him to know that's not the one. Like second leg away at Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-final, and Ramsey's playing at right back.
That's disingenuous, Drift. We can't say that,
bro.
I
think today showed, bro, even people who are seasoned struggle in these big games. Can't be bringing in those Scottish youth, man. And like, he's got to just be good enough to be like back up immediately.
Bruv, Trent went from playing in the under 23s to being a Champions League right back starter. And had
but at that time, we wasn't at the level though, Cal. That's the only thing.
But that's 17-8. We're still Champions League final, bro. 17-18.
I know, but we were punching then. Now we're at the point where we're supposed to be. But everybody's at a level. We're not like overachieving anymore. This is actually the bare minimum now. Do you get what I mean?
But would you be happy if it was Spence?
No, because that's a Championship guy, a Scottish League guy, a Championship League guy. Like I still think it's a bit underwhelming. I can't front.
So just to clear up. I know which comment you guys are talking about. He didn't say my kids were tear gassed. He said Callum kids were getting tear gassed, not Callum's kids were getting tear gassed. You say Callum?
Who?
I can't remember I hope he wasn't blocked. I think that comment has been really taken out of context. It was Ant Dicko who says Callum kids were getting tear gas, not Callum's kids.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. Yeah, I don't even know who said that, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly.
At ease mods, at ease.
So do you guys think a Ramsey or a Spence would be any more of a liability than Elliot, for example?
Here's the thing: we don't know how good man like
My
Calvin.
thing again,
Is it Calvin
I
Ramsey?
don't know.
Don't know how good he's good. Yeah, I don't know how good he is, bro. I'm gonna be real. It's one of those ones where it's like the player's either gonna be good, or he's either gonna be like, "Why did we buy him?" And that's the honest truth. We don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about Calvin Ramsey. If I
need it to be another.
I really
Tsimikas
don't.
now,
You
man.
see what I'm saying? Like,
I
do you
need
know
it
what
to
I
be
mean?
another guy who's got Champions League experience, played at a higher level. I don't need it to be some kid, man. I don't. But yeah.
So yeah, it's mad still.
But boys, let's wrap it up for tonight.
We actually spoke for 2 hours longer than I wanted to.
We spoke for 2 hours 24 minutes longer than I wanted to be honest.
Real talk.
Massive shout out to everyone who watched the stream, who's joining us live. Please do smash the like button. We will be back on Monday. I don't know how we're gonna feel on Monday. Probably not any better, to be honest.
I'll be frank. I might not be back, so we'll see in it.
That's what you.
We'll see what Sadio Mane has to say. That would.
Well, if I lose Sadio and Mane at the same time as losing the Champions League final, yeah. I'm going on a break, mate.
One thing I will say, guys, I know I'm gonna get accused for being Mr. Positive, but hey ho, at this point at 1 o'clock in the morning when I've got to be up in a couple of hours, I don't give a flying F. There is one thing that we have seen over the years with this manager, with these group of players, we always bounce back. So let's give these boys the benefit of the doubt and see what they do before we start getting too downbeat about everything. Be downbeat about the night, be downbeat about how the league ended, how the season ended. Don't be downbeat about this team and this squad, because they've done a lot to prove us that they are about this life. So
you know, the only thing that's difficult about that, bro, is someone said I said Sadio and Mane. I meant Origi and Mane. Yeah, I'm tired. What's difficult about that, bro? I'm getting too old to waste years of my life to see the success come again. You know them ones. Like we just fucked up what we're supposed to do, and now I've got to be another year older. I'm getting to that point where man's at the wrong end of that stuff. You know, when you're in your 20s, you can waste years going, let's see what we do next year. See, after that, everything else just feels like another year wasted of your life waiting for success.
Just go wait and see.
Just not the one, man. It's really
go wait and
I
see.
said another year, you know.
Yeah, it's not the one.
Man said, wait in FC, we move.
Yeah, it's not the one. Is that what we're back to now again, boys? We're back to, you'll see next summer. You'll see next year. Remember when
No. We could only say that if we didn't win anything. We won. What it is, it's just
obviously I'm being stupid, but I'm just saying. I remember so many years of you'll see next year.
No, obviously next year, but that's when we couldn't win. That's when we couldn't win for shit.
Bless up everyone who watched, listened, etc. Till we see you Monday. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish, right, people. Take care.
Peace.